Hello and welcome to round 10 of Division 3 here in Miami. Final race of the round and of the first half of the season. You're joined by myself, Edge, and joined with the main man in the box, SJ. How you doing today?
Yeah, good mate. Back in the comms box again, and for the last one of the week before we go into silly season.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good one, I reckon. We've had a few good races at Miami. We've had a few incidents. And after last night, we had a chaotic one. So I'm excited to see what happens in Division 3. It is known to be one of the closest grids we do have here at Rush. So we're excited to see what happens and where we go. Mate, give me your predictions for tonight.
Oh, well, you can't take much away from the man that is dominating this division at the moment. Well, I wouldn't say too much dominating this division in Plugger, but the Williams have been very, very interesting the last few weeks as well. But he'll be the man to keep an eye out on tonight. But I don't know, there's some very interesting drivers in here. We've got Boltsaru, the Kick Saubers have been doing a great job. The Williams, you've got Squash Josh. This will be one probably for a bit of redemption. He's had a real couple of weeks which have been difficult, especially with that quali ban. We've also got the Division 4 driver Ricardo jumping up in tonight. Sammy Slammer as well from Division 4. Shifty Flight showed up some really good promise last week. Arcade Gaming, we know that he can be quick. With has been fantastic this season as a TP and as a driver. Bunting, a driver that we've heard of in the reserve program. Quasi as well got the point to prove. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, unfortunately, one driver missing and one driver with a race ban. So yeah, quali is going to give us a bit of an insight, especially into Q1, of where people are going to be at for pace. But we do have a few quali bans, which is Protein Group, Jezza, Friends, and that is it for the time being. So the only one on the grid will be Protein Group that has the quali ban.
Gotcha. Because I was about to say, if we have 3 quali bans tonight, maybe we won't get that good of a pace in Q1. People just set their laps, go to Q2, go from there. But no, we do have Sebi, who is setting his fast lap, going through that turn 1, 2, and 3 tight sections, going into turn 4 now. Bit of a small straight here, just to sort of get your bearings before you go into the quick right, left, right. Swinging it around in 6th, back on the throttle, full into the long turns of 8 and 9. Coming onto that back straight as well. Sections where we've seen the start of some chaos this week, haven't we, SJ?
Yeah, it's been really interesting because obviously the weather changes the dynamics of the race as well. We've got dry at the moment in quali, which is really, really good to see. So we get to see what the guys can do from the start on a dry track. But then if it rains, it's going to change our dynamics again, which does make it a lot more interesting for our viewers as well, because anyone could win in the wet. We've seen that, and obviously some of these guys do have preferences in wet racing. So I think Edge has just had to disappear quickly. So we will jump on board with Sebi for the flying lap that he is doing at the moment. He will set the pace. Let's have a look, see if what he's got up his sleeve in that Visa Cash App. So let's have a look. There we go. So there you go. 1:27.357 is the time to be at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see how everyone else goes for the time being. Right, so Edge will be back with us very, very soon.
I'm right here.
Good luck. Oh, he's back with us already. No incident, please. That's what J-Man is saying tonight. We do have a surprise. I do know that Mid-May is going to come in later on, and will be choosing our next track for season 9 track selection as well. Remember, that's done at 75,000. So if you are at 75,000 and you haven't voted it yet, get voting, and you will have the opportunity to choose what track we are going to be on for next season. Let's go on a flying lap of Ricardo. I want to jump on board with the Division 4 driver to see what he can do. He's been very good in Division 4 this season, Edge.
Yeah, personally, I haven't watched any of Division 4. I've mainly been watching other races, mainly Div 5, myself commentating, and also Div 2, but I'm excited to see what the Div 4 boys can do. So we'll see Ricciardo here going through the final corner. Notoriously, you want to ride that curb to get the best exit you can. Just keep an eye going through turn 1. It looks very smooth at the moment. Very smooth on that throttle as he comes out turn 2 and turn 3. Puts on the overtake straight away, burning as much battery as he can in this small section, knowing that he'll get the recovery from this section. He's full throttle through that corner. That is crazy. Coming through turn 7 and 8 now into that back straight. Getting on the power early as well. Still in hot lap. Set to purple sector 1. Through turn 9 and turn 10 here. We just have a message from Drive to Survive. Should I make it Singapore? Absolutely. I love Singapore. Into the swimming pool section here. Looking good. Low on the battery though. He switches it to medium through this section. Through the long turn 12 into turns 13 and turn 14, 15 and 16. The tight section. If you do mess this up, it is not going to be a good start to your lap. Burns the overtake down the straight. That's the Haas of Sammy the Slammer getting out of the way as well. Very brilliant from him. Josh goes pole with a 26.8. We might see Ricciardo beat that. As we keep an eye on him here, going through the final couple of corners here. Had a couple of incidents here, especially with Div 6. Driver's getting spun, going through the final corner. Goes second with a 26.817. 6 thousandths off. That is a ridiculous time from a Div 4 driver in Div 3 lobby.
Yeah, very impressive. Very, very impressive. It's obviously a track that he really likes, but that could be changed a lot. That could change very, very quickly because we've still got Plugger all the way down to Marzi still to set times at the moment, as we've got Sammy Slammer, the other Division 4 driver. Marzi looks like he's just joined. I think he may have had a bit of a disconnection there, so hopefully we've got him back. But Sammy the Slammer is in Q1 at the moment. He's going to have a really nice tow from the... is that the Aston Martin?
That is the Aston Martin of Ricciardo.
Yes, it is. Gets out the way, so nice little tow there. So a little bit of teamwork there for the Division 4 guys. Nice to see for the different teams, but it is what it is. With Matif sits at 126.277. That is nearly 5/10 quicker than Squash Josh, so we've got some serious pace in that kick Sauber. But now Sammy Slammer coming down the main straight, 40%. You'll burn as much ERS as you can down on this straight, but you do need to leave at least about 15% for the final hurdle when he comes into the last corner, because you can get a little bit more time off before you finish the line there, so we'll have to wait and see. He takes it very nicely. They're very smooth on the outside. Get very close to the wall there. 9% burning. Do not make it deployment all used. And he goes up into P2. So Div 4 showing that they've got some serious pace with that tow that he got from the Aston there of Ricciardo.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've mentioned this a couple of times. It's starting to become harder to tell the difference between the divisions. And I think Div 4 is out to prove that they're not just a push around here anymore. They're here to prove that they're here to stay, and that they can contest if they're getting promoted up.
Well, it's nothing though, because it's a brand new evaluation for 25. So it's such a shame, because what it isn't, because obviously people want the 25 to get here as soon as possible because they're sick and tired of this game, and I don't blame them. But it also puts a bit of a downer, because it would be really good to see these guys improve in the following division next season. But unfortunately, we don't know where they're going to end up because it's a brand new evaluation. So, it's a little bit of a shame, but also it's going to be very refreshing to see where some of these guys are, because on 25, they could even be slower or even quicker than the division that they're in at the moment.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and I think this is a good marking point in the silly season to sort of evaluate, because obviously this is the final round of the first half of the season, and we'll start to go into it. Sorry, I do have to stop there. We've just had a redeem for the track selection by Drive to Survive. I have a feeling this might be China.
No, China's gone. China's gone.
Has it? Who picked China?
Yeah, Watanabe picked China. It's the finale.
So wait. Round 1 is Jeddah. Round 2 is...
Singapore. Ooh.
So,
Singapore.
Round 1 is Jeddah. Round 2 is Monaco. Round 5 is Silverstone. Round 10 is Miami again. And then we've got the finale in China. So we're just waiting for the round that Singapore will be. Where is it going to fit in the calendar?
Come on, this is suspense. This is suspense. Come on, Shifty, hurry up and get on with it.
Come on, Shifty!
Hurry up!
We've got stuff to commentate on.
Dynasty's,
Come on.
Dynasty's ready to put us in. Come on, hurry up. What round? While he's messing around...
5. You can't have 5. You can't have 5. Marcy picked 5.
Can't have 5. 5 has already gone, my friend. 5 was picked. That's a great
4. Okay.
4. Is that free, Dynasty? Yep.
Yeah,
we're
that's
good.
free.
Round
That's free.
4. Singapore.
So we've almost
You know,
got the
Monaco.
we've got almost the first quarter of the
Asia.
it's
Asian
literally
South America already.
it's literally Jeddah, Monaco, something, China, Silverstone. That's our first 5 races.
Right. While I do that, let's drop
Oh, sorry, Singapore,
points.
not China.
I need to drop the points down. Let's drop the points down because that is what we're doing. It's now down to 70. See, the reason why we've done it
Oh,
like this is
min-May.
because we drop it down. We drop it down.
You gotta wait
then
an hour,
all of a
min-May.
sudden,
Yeah, I was about to say, just to clarify, you need to wait an hour before you can redeem it. We can't have 2 redeemed straight away, unfortunately.
and I discourse that comes even more, boys. How do you mean?
He's gonna pick a
What
track.
means by that? Oh god, I will have to wait for. Wait till Q2. Wait till Q2. Give
Well,
it a
no,
bit
he
more
can't. He has to
suspense.
wait till the race.
Oh, does he?
It's an
Is
hour
it an hour
redeem.
wait?
Yeah, it's an hour wait.
Ooh!
So we'll find out in the
Wait,
race what
I
Min-May's
can't
pick
get
is.
it. It's refreshed. I've refreshed it. It's now gone down to 70. So it goes down. At least it'll be a little bit cheaper. Yeah, you cheapskate.
Yeah.
It's going to go down to like 10,000 and then we'll have a full calendar. So that
Yeah.
was really, really good. So
I may have enough points to pick
Um,
another track if you'll let me.
Not allowed. Not allowed. It's only one vote between each driver. It makes
Can
it fair then.
Can I change
So-
mine then? I don't know if I want Miami.
No. I know you don't want Miami from last night. Anyway,
I got-
enough of that. Baltzerou is retired. He has done a 26.242, unless my eyes have gone very, very funny. We've still got Plugger and the Merc and Veriquazi and Marzi still to set times. Now, this is the question. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 Mercs and 1 McLaren at the moment still to set times. So we'll have to wait and see because at the moment Plugger and Angus and Marzi are going out. Or could be going out. It looks like it could be just the Angus and Mars. We'll have to wait and see how many people are going to go out at the moment. But Kick Saubers have done exactly what they did last week, and they've done it again and put it up the top edge.
Yeah, I have a feeling this might be a little bit of false hope though, because I'm not too sure. I know Plugger does have pace around here, but with what we've seen in practice, Whiff and Plugger are very similar on pace. So we'll keep an eye on it. We're just on board with Angus at the moment. One of the 3 drivers, as Bunting is now retired, with a 26.4. So this will be very interesting to what we see. Depending on what Angus and Plugger do, it might be a 27 cutoff. It could be a 26 cutoff, depending on the times. But I would imagine the bottom, or the drivers 11th and down will come out.
While we're talking of that, let's talk a little bit about the standings at the moment. So Plugger leading the way. We'll do the top 5. Plugger leading the way in Mercedes with 171 points. A great season so far from him.
Oh, wait,
Dido
SJ.
there in
Sorry, SJ. Mercedes are doing a McLaren and they're organising a tow. For the first time this season, I think Mercedes have actually been able to get the tow working.
Yep, well, let's see how this is going to go. It could be Kickstarter being dropped off the front very quickly, but we'll have to wait and see. They've left it quite late, but we'll have to wait and see. But going on to the standings, Plugger leading the way with 171 in the Merc. A fantastic season so far. 3 P1s, 2 P2s, no P3s, so pretty consistent at the front there. Dido in P2 with 146 points, 2 P1s, 1 P2 and 1 P3. And with Matif, fantastic season he's having with 123 points with 1 P1 and 3 P3. So consistent on the P3s. And then his teammate behind him, Baltzerou, 107 points, 3 P2s, no P1s, no P3s. It's about time he wins a race. And then in 5th is Daniel T. Williams. And we're seeing a little bit of a a situation here with two teams in the top five, which is really, really good to see. But with Daniel T with 96 points, two P2s, one P3. So we've got two Saubers in the top five and two Williams in the top five. And very, very closely followed closely after P5 is Angus. So we've got Mercedes P1, P6, Williams P2 and P5, and Sauber P3 and P4. That's your standings. Going over to constructors at the moment. 266 for Mercedes at the front. Williams 247 in P2. Sauber 193. Red Bull 14149. Ferrari 125 joint with McLaren. So getting very heated in constructors. But this is going to have to be a good race that Plugger is definitely going to want to keep up that motivation and consistency with podiums and his performance this season by winning tonight. But looks like it's going to be tough for him.
Well, he's gone P4 in Q1. He's only 2.5 tenths off. So it's very close at the moment between Plugger and Bolsonaro.
With the toe, though, if Angus doesn't get through into Q2, things could change very easily.
Well, we will see that.
The Williams, we've seen the Williams in P5 and P10, and obviously Merc in P4 and P7. So at the moment, it's Kick to watch out for. They're the ones to watch out for. How many rounds for next season? Not sure yet. Not 100% sure.
Well, we've had a couple of answers already. One saying 35, and the other one saying 60. I'd be down for 35 rounds.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone else will. That would definitely be going into 2 cycles. We'll be going into F1 26 if that gets made or not.
The Enduro season, yes.
20 and 24, I reckon. Yeah, Big Ash, probably. We'll see. Depends on what the F1 25 is, because we have been hearing that there's been a little bit of confirmation. There are some reserve races. Not reserve, reverse races, not reserve, reverse. So we might throw a few of them in as some mysteries. We'll have to wait and see. We'll big discussions to make going into it. But we probably will follow the calendar, but not the official calendar. We'll follow how many rounds probably, but we won't follow the calendar. Anyway, guys, we've got plenty of time to make decisions on that. F1 25 is not released until the 31st of May. If you are and have pre-ordered it, you will get it 3 days prior. So if you have, then you'll get it on the 28th, which I'm sure everyone's very excited to. But we are at round number 10 for Miami. Daniel T has just retired. He's called it. But at the moment, Marzi is on a tow with his teammate of Shifty Flight. And we've seen McLaren do this so well this season. No bias here. Oh, he stuffed it! He's gone too wide in Sector 3 and he's invalidated. Marzi could be in serious trouble here. And
Marzi is in serious trouble. He doesn't have enough time. He's out.
No, he's not. He's out. That is so unfortunate, and I don't think we'll get him in for an interview, even though I'll tag him. That is not what the McLaren TP wants there. He's gone way too wide there, unfortunately, on that last corner edge.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll keep an eye on Shifty Flight here, because it could be a double McLaren elimination. If he doesn't improve. He does improve. So that means that... No, but he has got Sebi, and Terrence has just hit the wall. That is a big tank slapper there. So that, and he's lost a lot of time. He needs to recover that.
Oh, Hennessy could be... No, he could be out if Terrence improves.
Oh, this is going to be close. It's either an Alpine or it's a double Ferrari.
Yeah.
Plugger's just gone P1. Okay. Without a tow, I must add.
That's fine. We won't take no notes of that. Terrence, what's Terrence going to do?
Oh!
No.
He improved, but not by much.
Oh,
he's out.
Terrence is
out. Terrence is out. So we've lost Terrence, Marzi, and Protein. Hennessy escapes by the skin of his teeth.
Ooh, that would be drama for Hennessy there.
Almost as much drama as we saw in Div 6. But that's very close.
Yes, it is. It's going to be very interesting to going into Q2, what we're going to see there. But there we go. Unfortunately, Marzi, Terrence and Lucas out of Q1, jumping straight into the comms box. We've got the Alpine TP of Terrence. Over to you, Edge.
Hey, Terrence, how you doing, man?
Hello. I think I'm good because Actually, I don't know. I don't put a lot of time on Miami, and um, I'm quite busy this week, so I've no any practice time and self time. So that's probably why I performed so poor. But I hope I can pick up some rhythm in the main race.
Yeah, look, and it's probably not the worst track to start at the back. Like, as we've seen in Div 5 and Div 6, there's been incidents at turn 1, lap 1, so it's probably not the worst thing to be starting at the back of the grid. But, does that kind of
But yeah,
change the
yeah.
strategy you've got?
Uh, yeah, something. Because Miami in turn one is pretty chaotic in most of the league race. So um, yeah, I can sit here and watch something may happen and gain some position.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I do have one question for you. What's the race weather looking like if you're wanting to tell us?
View?
Yeah, so the race weather.
Sunny.
Sunny? Alright. That's all good. I'll pass you over to SJ.
Okay.
Parents very close there in the end. 3 tenths, unfortunately, was the difference between you and Hennessy. But your teammate tonight, Bunting, put it up to the top there very, very quick going into Q2, and he's made it through. What's the plan for Alpine tonight for the last race before we go into silly season? Is this just points gathering? It's been a very difficult season. Obviously, you've just taken over. But have you got big plans for silly season?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do have big plans, so I think you guys can have a little bit eye on what I changed the thing.
Okay, awesome.
And I
Well,
think today's race is still getting some points is early enough.
okay. Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. What's the strategy you thinking around here? Are you going hards to mediums? Are you doing a strategy that we've seen that one of the Astons did yesterday in Iraq Lobster, or are you going to go for the mediums, or are you just going to keep it close to your chest?
It's a very difficult call because Miami is not a track really eat on tires. So around hot, if you put on hot tires in Miami, you will get around 1.5 to 2% per lap in the heavy oil stages. So, but actually your heart can drive until like 30 or even 40% of power, and it still perform a very good grip among other tires. So let's see. I don't know because I don't see any division is in a green track always. It's always having contacts and safety car. Sometimes two, sometimes three, and maybe four, like last Grand Prix in Division 3. So let's see. I don't know.
Okay, well, we wish you all the best and good luck in the race, my friend.
Thank you.
To you, Edge.
No worries. I'm actually going to pass it back to you because we do have Marzi here, so I'll pass it back to yourself.
Okay, Mazi, welcome to the stream. Obviously, not the place probably where you want to be having an interview with us in Q1. We did see earlier on that you were having some connection issues that may have probably put you off not setting a time as enough that you probably wanted to, but you got the toe. But we see you go a little bit too wide there in the sector 3 in the swimming pool area. Is that what happened, or just weren't comfortable with the track?
Yeah, I'm really frustrated with this one. Got disconnected, got back in, couldn't take control of my car, had to restart the game. Got back in again to control my car, was already at 5 minutes. So by the time I made sure everything was working, we got out. I had to wait for Shifty a little bit. Then we got out about 3 minutes to get up with a tow. And yeah, just that chicane cost me the invalidation of the lap. But it managed to give him a bit of a tow towards the back end. And yeah, no more time for a second run.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. I think another thing as well to look into this race, there's a lot of drivers going into this race tonight with a lot of pins. So I think keeping it clean is probably going to be the main thing tonight and helping your teammate as much as you can, I would say.
I highly doubt I can help him. He will be probably up there. I'm expecting him to get into Q3, so he'll be on his own for a while, if I ever make it up there. But yeah, the goal is just to keep it as clean as possible, and try and calm myself from now till until start of the race. Hopefully, I can do that, and then yeah, hopefully the patience might pay off. This is Division
Okay,
3
well,
after all. This isn't, you know, these guys are quick.
oh, they are. Don't get me wrong, but they, like I said, there's been a lot of pens going into this race, so some of these guys at the
I'm
back
aware of what you're saying. Yeah, but still, even
could
with
pick
the
up some.
pins, mate, I highly doubt there will be many safety cars. Everybody's predicting, and yeah, I'm looking at the top 15 now. I mean, the 15 guys in Q2, they're all good. I expected myself to at least make it into Q2, but yeah, unfortunate. It is what it is, mate. I just got to get ready for the race and calm myself down. This is so frustrating when you get disconnected. This is the first time ever since I started racing in Rush, and I understand all the other guys when they can't take control of their car and how it is. So, but I'm still lucky that it happened to me in quali. I'd rather do that than getting in race like last lap or 2 laps to go. Then I'll be really really upset.
No, it has happened a few times, and it is because of this shit game, unfortunately, I will say.
Yeah.
But I'll pass you over to Edge. All the best. Good luck in
Thanks,
the race
mate.
that's going to come.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Hey, Marzi, how you doing today?
I'd say you, mate. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm doing alright, doing alright. Yeah, just a couple of questions. Obviously, with yourself and Shifty Flight, we did see the tow sort of working, so while it backfired that you invalidated, it did get Shifty out of Q1 at least into Q2. So at least that's going to be something that's a bit of a positive from that whole Q1.
I do believe Shifty is got pace to be in Q3. He started experimenting something with his wings in Q1, which sort of didn't work. So the second run that he did with me in a tow was on old tires with his old setup, original setup. So that's a good thing. I know the park to firm is on, so there's only a couple of things you can change, but I think he's got that setup now. So as we can see, he's in P3 at the moment. It's not the greatest of times, but it's still, still up there. So I believe he's got that pace without the tow. But yeah, I won't allow any more experiments during the qualifying. All the experiments should be done in practice sessions. But anyway, it is what it is, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Walk me through sort of the plan for this race now. Obviously, not getting into Q2, and you did mention before that there was an expectation that you would be in Q2. That's obviously changed the sort of plan. Is there now an idea of what you're going to go through, or are you going to go back to your team and sort of plan something out to go from 17th up to maybe top 5?
Well, I first of all, I see myself as a mid-pack sort of driver, and I don't know if you've done your race last night from P17, I believe as well, wasn't it, or something like that? So I don't know whether
P14.
that's a. Oh, there you go. Sorry, mate.
No, you're good.
But I know you started below P10, so I don't know if that's a blessing starting from the back or is it not. We will end up seeing when the race starts. But like I said, I just got to calm myself down, and hopefully my patience will kick in when it needs to, and I can make it through the field at least where I belong, which is at least the top 8, I would say.
Yeah, look, I'll give you a bit of a word of advice. It's definitely the awareness, especially into that turn 1, lap 1. If you keep that up, you're golden from there. So
Yeah, if there's carnage and I can get through that, that will jump me up a few places, I imagine. But mate, with these guys, I mean, they've been briefed. We all have been briefed, and these guys are not pushovers anyway. So it will be hard to make places up, but there's always strategy possibilities, and I don't even know what my pace towards these guys is. So I'm hoping I can get it into top 10 at least today, but we'll see how we go.
yeah, exactly. And look, last question before we let you go, before we do focus on Q2. Obviously, silly season coming up next season, or next week, I should say, after this.
Yep.
Myself, I was TP with you last season, and we obviously had those conversations of what the plan is, but obviously you know, new season. Are we looking at switching anyone? Or are we looking at doing anything drastic for silly season? Or is it going to be just a quiet night in for McLaren this year?
So I'd say new season, silly season this season, new rules. But yeah, I think from McLaren's point of view, there is one change that I have to do, which is a Division 6 driver. That unfortunately I had to let go of last night's shenanigans. But yeah, that'll be the only change. Everything else stays the same until somebody steals them from me. But other than that, yeah, I'm not aware. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think the McLaren team will stay as it is and continue on. I just gotta get myself a new Div 6 driver. That's it, man.
Fair enough. Well, I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you. You two boys, enjoy your comms. Enjoy the race. We'll speak after, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right, mate. Have a good one.
See ya. Alright. So, 5 minutes left of Q2, and we do have Bunting, who has retired in P2. We're yet to see a time from Plugger or Boltaroo. Boltaroo was on track just before and didn't set his time. Plugger is doing that tow with Angus, who is in P13. Mercedes getting the tow working in Div 3 especially, making sure that Angus will be there to help his teammate Plugger in Q3 at the minimum. The question is where do we see the rest of the grid falling? With Boltaroo, he's a good driver. He's one of the top 5, I would say. So seeing him down in 15th without a lap time set is a bit interesting, don't you think?
Yeah, no, definitely. You can see Angus is done a 127.9. Obviously, Plugger is just about to start, and Bolts obviously hasn't even started yet. So, yeah, a little bit. You do not want to be leaving it too late. We saw, obviously, Marzi, unfortunately, make that mistake in Sector 3, what got him knocked out, and you do not want to be taking risks here, especially if you're trying to fight for some of the points at the top. You know, Williams are very, very close to Mercedes, and Kick are very, very close to them. So it looks like a 3-horse race at the moment, but is anyone going to jump into that race? We'll have to wait and see. As Squash Josh is there now in P5, has just been pipped by the likes of Sebi and Angus there now in P4. And Mercedes will want to get the 2 drivers through. You know, that'll be the aim. It will be a little bit disappointing if one of them doesn't make it, because then it's going to be 2 against McLaren, and then also 2 against the Williams as well, which do look very, very strong, as Daniel T has set a pole position here with a 126.405, but every single guy from P1 down to P9 is in the 26s. Who is coming across the line? Looks like Plugger is getting a toe off.
He's actually not getting a tow. He's pulled out of the lap.
He's not getting a toe. He's actually pulled out of the lap there.
So it'll be interesting to see what goes here.
Was he giving it to Angus?
No, because Angus got the toe, went P4 with a 26.4. Then they tried to do the toe the reverse way, and I think Plugger just got caught up a bit, and it wasn't the best of laps. So he's going to go again here. Yeah, he's definitely going again.
With his lap, he's gone in. Lido's not happy. He's gone in. Not happy with that lap at all.
Who's not happy, sorry?
So some guys... Dido's gone in. Wasn't happy with that lap. So he's done a 26.9. So are we going to see any more toes? We're seeing the 2 kicks now. So Whiff is going to be helping Boltaroo. It looks like Plugger is being helped by Angus. Let's look at the time in Sector 1, see if there's an improvement or not.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
That's almost a second. That is disgusting.
Yeah, he has done a 132 though, so we'll look to see that probably drop even further down. But they need to get this right because they are really leaving this late now. Only 1 minute and 58 seconds to go. We are going to see everyone out on track. Those conditions looking to get a little bit dark. Doesn't look like bright skies that we did see in Q1. It does look like it is getting dark. So 1.911 at the moment for Plugger. This could be pole position, but do not count out the kicks and do not count out the Williams. There'll be a lot of guys doing the tow. It'll be interesting to see if we're going to see the 2 Red Bulls do the tow, the 2 Astons doing the tow as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But Plugger coming across the line will be his last time 1 minute 22.
Oh my-
Goes pole and a double
That
on
is
the pole position. P1 and P2 for Merck.
That is huge for Merck, and that's without a toe for Angus as well. So that is definitely his best lap that we have seen so far. We'll keep an eye on the Red Bulls as they are getting that toe set up. And you know what? We'll go on board with RK here. RK, one of the names that were definitely brought up last season and this season as well. Can he improve and show that pace that we saw last season? As he comes around turn 4, turn 5. It's a very tricky corner to get right, but you want to make sure you get it right for this long sweeping right, or left, sorry, as he comes through on the straight, overtake on, burning it all down the straight with that Max Verstappen helmet on, as you can see, just a little bit below. On the DRS, Boltaroo sets the 26 dead.
Lovely.
That is a
Lovely
good
well
time
played.
from the
With-
kicks there. But that has actually put
is
Whiff
gonna
in a
be
very
interesting.
dangerous position now. He needs to get a lap out. Otherwise, we could see Whiff out.
We're seeing Shifty Flight coming around the last one as well. I don't know if has he done enough as well. He goes up to P7.
26.5, is that good
could be
enough?
him. But, the Mercs are going to stay where they are. Don't think we'll see an improvement there. We've got the 2 Red Bulls, and I've not seen this done before. RK's getting the toe on Squash Josh at the moment. Squash Josh is going to cross the line. He's 6.5 temps up on his time, so that would put him nearly to a 25. Could be a 25 here. Could be a 25 here for Josh. Let's have a look. Crossing the line for Red Bull.
26.2.
No, 26.2. Oh, RK goes 26.5. Push Shifty Flight down. Quasi is down there in P10 with Mitty. Could he be going out? Yes! He is out! He's invalidated. He goes to P11. And with Matif is out of Q2.
And so is Quasi with Sammy going P9. Shifty Flight could also be out. He is! Shifty Flight's out as well. He's in none. He can't improve. So that is Whiff out. Shifty Flight out. Is that Dito out? Could we see some big names out in Q2?
Hennessy's gone as well. Hennessy is out as well.
We're either going to see
Unfortunately,
Dito
is this
or
all
RK get
up
knocked
Dito?
out here. Who's it going to be?
It's all up.
We will keep an
Coming
eye.
around the final corner.
Here we
P5
go.
Daniel T. P14 Dito. He's got this. He should have this covered. It looks
Oh,
quick. Yeah, it is quick.
P6.
And he knocks out RK Gaming.
Right.
There we go.
Some big names there, though. The biggest of all, Whiff. This is a repeat of Div 6.
Well, there's 2 big names there. Shifty Fly and With Matif. And also RK Gaming.
And Hennessy. Last season's
yeah,
Div 4
four
champ.
names.
So 4 big
there's
names
some
out in
big names.
Q2. But with this grid, how can you not have big names getting knocked out in Q2?
Well, it's 4 tenths between P1 and P10.
It is very close.
It's
It is a
From
it is
P10
bit,
to P15,
it's
there's only
1.8.
one guy that's done a 27s,
Yeah.
which is Hennessy.
It is that is
So-
crazy how close this grid is. Yes, Dito is now Div 3. Roshan?
Insane in the membrane. There we go.
Insane
Right.
in the brain. Sorry.
We'll just go through. We'll just go through classifications before we do get on to some interviews, as we do have with Matif, Quasi, Shifty Flight, Hennessy, and Arcade Gaming all been eliminated. So taking pole position at the moment, going into Q3 is Boltaroo, who was last. Before we even started to get into Q2. P2 is Plugger, and his fellow teammate of Angus in P3. Eliminated is RK Gaming in the Red Bull, Shifty Flight in the McLaren, Quasi in the Aston, with Matif, the TP of Kick, Hennessy in the Ferrari. Literally a tenth between a Division 4 driver and a Division 3 driver. Insane there for Sammy the Slammer as well. Big congratulations to him. But Edge, I'll take it over to the first driver who's in the comms box, and that's Mr. Shifty Flight.
Absolutely. Do you want me to take it away, or are you taking it away?
You can take this one away.
All right, Shifty. How you doing today?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good, good. I'm not sure if you heard the interview before, but Marzi was saying that you were definitely someone we should be seeing in Q3. Are you a little bit disappointed getting knocked out just by a few by a tenth, essentially.
Nah.
Nah, you're expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's unfortunate, obviously, getting knocked down in Q2, but we have seen some big incidents, so there's always time to gather up. Obviously, as you said, you were kind of expecting it. Does that mean that your race plan hasn't changed or anything?
We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Very straight, very forward. I love it. But yeah, I will pass you over to SJ for any other questions.
If you fly, mate, obviously Muzzy did jump in and say that you would have been up there in the top. Unfortunately, you've just been knocked out by a couple of attempts, which is unfortunate. What went wrong on your lap? Do you not feel comfortable? Just probably not enough time? Obviously, no toe didn't help. Give us a bit of an insight. What happened?
Oh, there's a few things that didn't go right.
Elaborate for us.
Just different stuff didn't plan out.
Okay, he's pretty straight to the point, which is always good to see. How are you feeling going into the race? You feeling confident? You feeling that you can put it up to the top, fight those guys at the top, getting some really, really successful points, or is this going to be a hard struggle for you tonight?
She'll be right.
Okay, all right, all good. Well, straightforward interview there from Shifty Flight. We'll jump on board with Matif in the kick.
How's it going?
Yes, very good, mate. Very unfortunate to see you in this position before. We've not seen this all season. Give us a bit of a heads up what happened, because we've seen you and Bolts doing the toe really, really well, and Bolts was bottom of Q2 before near the end of Q2, and unfortunately he's in and you're out. So what happened?
Yeah, Bolts had a moment on his used lap, which was at the start, so that's why he was at the back. I thought, yeah, might as well give him a tow. I went out a little bit earlier, had minimal fuel, but I was going to go on to lean for a little bit to kind of save some fuel to go again if I needed to. But I didn't realise until I was at the Mickey Mouse section that I wasn't on lean. So that messed up my whole thing. I went to start my lap again, and I had almost exactly one lap of fuel. It's like right as I crossed the line. So I wouldn't have made it, which it's annoying. I was about half a second up coming into Mickey Mouse, and I validated on the first little left. So yeah, there's definitely time in it. Yeah, just have to wait till the race.
You're a bit disappointed, obviously, in that situation, which is unfortunate. But how do you feel you're going to go in the race? It's not, sometimes Dynasty said the other day in the comms, it's not the worst being at the back in a track like this, because we've seen a lot of commotion happen in this track. We've seen obviously safety cars coming out quite earlier on, and we've also seen some mixture of weather as well change the dynamics of the race. What are you feeling going into this race?
I mean, at the back there's a couple of names that I do know, but there's also some that I don't really have experience racing with. Because I'm usually at the front, so it's a bit scary, kind of in the middle towards the back. But yeah, there's no run expected for the race, so it's just going to be pure pace and working around safety cars and all that stuff.
Okay, all good. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I know that you'll 9 times out of 10 be up there, and I think we'll see a fantastic race on show. And I'll pass you over to Gidge.
Thanks, mate.
Hey, Whiff, how you doing?
Yeah, all right.
That's good.
Not great, but
What happened?
I've already told you what happened, mate.
Yeah, I'm treating you like
At a
you
moment.
treat your drivers when it comes to Div 5, mate. Tell
At
me
a
what
moment.
happened.
At the moment, I'm not your driver, so
You know what?
can get
It's
off.
fine. No, that's fine. Tell me what happened. Look, we're all here to
very
support you. No,
I had a moment
Yeah. No, in all seriousness, Nate, does this affect your race strategy or anything?
Kind of. I was just kind of planning to get out in front with the guys that are normally up there. So, Bolts, Plugger, Angus, Tito, Daniel, Josh, any other people around there. Just kind of drive away. But now in the middle pack, I'm gonna have to do a lot of overtaking.
Yeah, I was about to say, we were speaking of Marzi and Shifty Flight earlier, and we were saying that this track, it might not be that much of a curse starting at the back, but starting in the mid pack is just as worse as starting at the front at the moment, I would say. So does that mean we're going to see a little bit of a cautious whiff and might lose a few positions to gain some later?
I mean, depends who I'm around. If there's some people that I know aren't too quick, or people that are holding me up or anything, I might. I'm not super aggressive, push them out the way, but not really patient. So I don't know, have to wait and see.
Yeah, definitely keeping us interested for the race, and obviously being the kick TP, I did ask Marzi this. Any plans for silly season at the moment?
No comment. We're doing pretty well.
Give us a crumb.
I'm giving you a comment, mate. No, we're doing pretty well as a team. I'm really proud of where we are now compared to where we were at the start. We were last in the overalls at one point. So, a couple
I do have a
wins.
question.
Oh god, here we go. Yes.
Well, it just asked you the same thing. Obviously, silly season opens up straight after this race, probably a couple of hours or an hour before, which everyone is getting very, very excited for the big announcement. And it's very, very exciting. And I think this is your first time as a TP to get involved in this. I think you've been involved in it as a driver. But are we going to see a replacement in Division 6? We see that Brainy obviously is gone, so there is space there. Like, what's happening? Is anything on the horizon? Like Edge said, give us a crumb, give us something. Give us the first letter of the person's name, the date of birth. I wouldn't know who that is anyway, but something.
I mean, that's not really a crumb. That's a whole, it's like a whole meal there. But I've got my eyes on someone. We need to have someone to replace the driver when they leave. So.
Don't expose our DMs, dude.
God.
Not with the only here, Edge. Huh?
Not with you only here? Yeah, sure. Okay. Anyway, continuing on.
Anyway, forget that interview. Good luck and see you later.
Thanks, mate. Good luck in comms, boys.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, look at that. He had to spoil that, didn't he? What? Not even one bit of, like, crumb or, like, anything. They're so... They keep things so close to their chest, don't they? It's unfortunate. But I'm sure we will see who jumps in that Division 6 kick. China's been fantastic in that division. Great driver in Kick Saber at the moment. And definitely will want a big teammate as Plugger goes way too wide there and has invalidated. I've just seen that. He's taken that way too quick, gone over to the right-hand side and invalidated. 3 minutes to go. Has he got enough fuel, or is he going to be coming in to pit? This could be trouble here for Merc.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen a couple of times this week drivers actually going to make the qualifying, and they've actually invalidated, and that's caused them to finish at the back of the grid. But it looks like he's going to go for it anyway. So he will be pushing through this lap. I'm actually just going to pull up the telemetry because I didn't have that up. My apologies. We keep an eye on what's going on here. Plugger, the main person to focus on at the moment. Angus, the first driver to break actually into the 25s. We did have Bolts who did a 26 dead in Q2, so we will see if we can actually go a little bit faster with Plugger here. He'll be the first driver to set out, as we do see every other driver peeling off into the grid. Now, he's actually giving Angus a tow as well on this lap. So we could be seeing the Mercs go 1 and 2 and even quicker than what we've already seen.
He could do.
Plugger's
Or
pulled off.
Plugger could be in serious trouble here. Ah, no. Plugger's going to get the toe off Angus. This is good thinking here from Mercedes. But have they lost a bit of time messing around doing this? Because I don't know if they're going to get another opportunity. Or they might get another opportunity because he's on 100%. So he is going to be going on the next lap. So Angus is going to give Plugger a full toe on the next lap. So interesting strategies. Hopefully this does not go wrong. At the moment, Angus is P1 with a 125.930. Bolt through 26.228. Sammy Slammer with a 26.2. Just remember that name, guys. And Ricardo down there in P9. Both Division 4 drivers into Q3 in Division 3. Fantastic job. Both Williams in 26.5 and a 26.598. Bunting, the only Alpine there, reserving tonight. Just remember that as well. A 26.6 all on an out lap. Sebi doing a phenomenal job in the RB. Visa Cash App, MasterCard, Barclaycard, whatever you still bloody call it.
Visa Cash
in
App,
P4,
Red Bull, Minardi, whatever it's called.
Racing Bulls.
No.
I don't know. Yeah.
Whatever it is nowadays.
Fantastic job so far from these guys, and Sebi has just invalidated. So that's it. And we do have a prediction in. 18% of Usain Plugger, 0 Angus, 5 Sebi, 1 Bolts, 0 Squash, 0 Ricardo, 0 Daniel T, 0 Sammy, 1% Dido, 76% of you Bunting. 71,000 points on Bunting to get pole position. Who is
Oscar.
madness? Madness!
After what happened in Div 5, Oscar. That's all I can say. Oscar won, I think it's our largest win in Rush history. He won 100,000 points off a prediction.
Here we go. We're going to jump on board with some more predictions because here come Merc. Angus is setting a time. Plugger is right behind. He needs this P1 position. Is he going to get it? Coming to the final curdle now to the corner. It's looking quick. He's low on fuel. Still enough ERS. Not going to burn. Not going to deploy. So he runs out.
25.8.
Goes pole position or 125.8. 8. Right, P2. Who is going to take P2? That is going to be Sebi. No, Sebi has
Sebi's pulled in.
Done.
Next will be Dido. Next will be Dido to cross the line. Oscar
Gonna have
Piastri has
this.
told him to
Doesn't
let
seem to be
him
enough.
cook. Let's have a look.
This
Dido.
could be P3. This looks like it could
He's
be
run out of
P5.
deploy. P4.
P4.
Next will be Sammy. Goes P3.
P3.
Next will be Bolts. Can
Oh,
Bolts
yeah.
challenge Plugger? And then
Is
there's
it
Daniel
10th?
T right behind him.
This could be
Bolts goes P3. Daniel goes P4.
P4. We got one more person.
It'll be Bunting, and then it'll be... Oh, no, Josh. Bunting goes pole!
That's pole! Oh my days! Bunty goes pole position!
Give it a
I was
second.
laughing at that 70... No, it's it. It's done. It's it. Squash Josh is invalidated.
Ricciardo goes P8.
And Ricardo's P8. I cannot believe what we've seen here. I've just looked at the prediction. 71,000, and the person's got that correct. Well, we know what track selection's coming up, don't we? It's definitely coming from this person because he's just definitely got all of his points.
Well, Miami's... I
Absolutely
was about to say Miami's a
phenomenal.
real pick, but yeah. You are not wrong there.
94,000 points going out, ladies and gentlemen, and we do not expect gambling. It's just a laugh for channel points. But wow, Bunting pole position 25.681, 2/10 quicker than Plugger and P2. 94,000 points goes to Oscar Piastri. Fantastic, well done there. Congratulations to him. True gambler, yeah, true gambler. We'll have to wait and see. But there we go. Edge, take us away with the classification results. What a quality that was.
Absolutely. You got Bunting in first, the Canadian. Plugger in second, Angus in third, Boltsrud in fourth, Daniel T in fifth, Sammy in sixth, Dido in seventh, Ricciardo in eighth, PSC Sebi in ninth, and Josh unfortunately invalidating his final lap and goes P10. Plugger has asked, Piastri has asked, what track do you guys want? Min-May's immediately responded saying, we can't get a track right now. Oscar, I at least ask, please let Min-May pick his track because he's been waiting $2. He's been waiting. Him and Tudor have been waiting like 2 days to pick a track.
We'll do 30 minutes. How's that?
Yeah. Pep has said
Min-May.
Imola. It's not being picked, but Imola would be a track that I would like to see on the calendar next season.
No, I wouldn't.
Do
It
we
has
ha-
been revoked. You should be able to vote. It's gone down to 30 minutes. So we've been on the stream for 56 minutes, so you should be allowed. You should
Do
be
we
okay.
have Imola this season? I don't think we have Imola this season. I mean, it's one of the options for the surprise tracks, but I don't think it's on this calendar.
No, hasn't been picked yet. No.
No, I mean this
mid-May,
season.
if you want.
It's not this season either.
No, thank God. It's broken.
We don't touch Imola.
Mid-May, you've got 30 minutes. Over to you, Edge.
All right, 5 red lights, and away we go. For 29 laps of racing, Bunting leads us into P1, going through the McLaren's the Mercedes P2, P3. Whiff or Bolts getting a bit of a sniff up the inside. Daniel T and Dito P5, P6, Sammy P7. Going a bit over the curve. Ricciardo goes P8, Sebi goes P9. Josh getting past him spectacularly into those first few corners. Whiff already making some moves on Quasi. Protein Group already up to P15. Hennessy P16. Marzi down to 17th. And Terrence back down to last. We have a track selection! Whiff goes P12 in front of RK. So we'll just keep an eye on this, and we'll keep an eye on chat as well for Min-May. See what's going on. Plugger going around the outside of Bunting. Side by side here. Can he get the move done? He gets the move done cleanly into turn 11 there, into the swimming pool section. We have Spain. Round 16.
Okay, let Dynasty know, because Dynasty will type that up. So 30 minutes, and then we go to the next track selection, which looks like it will be Oscar Piastri Goat. So we'll wait and see. So the calendar really started to fill up, which is really good to see, guys.
Oh, we got an incident.
And
We've got Quasi and Protein Group in the wall at turn 15. What has happened there?
Get that. Might have got that.
You might have got it. I did not get it on stream. They didn't get onto the straight, so I didn't see it because I was paying attention to the Plugger Bunting battle, which I must say is heating up as they go side by side.
It is.
I'm about to say they've gone side by side to turn 1. DRS has been activated. Plugger holding his line. Bunting trying to go around the inside. Has the inside for this corner, but Plugger has the inside for that corner. It's so close.
This is insane.
It's very close. I'm going on board with Bolts here. Oh, he got it done. Bunting has moved into P1. Can Bolts take advantage of Plugger having the horrible line and go to P2 as well? It doesn't look like it.
Looks like we're going to have a great battle here between P1 and P2 tonight. Bunting and Plugger. Bunting got some serious pace in that Alpine. And we've got someone's round at the back. Marzi down up in P13. Sebi, look, has lost his front right plate. Had a bit of an incident there. So Marzi up into P13. Dito up into P5. Daniel T now dropping down into P6. Bunting loses out to Plugger. And this will change, I reckon, like clockwork in this race. They'll be switching around with the DRS. But it's all about the Sector 3 of how clean they can keep it within track limits. So we'll have to wait and see at the moment. But great driving between Plugger and Bunting. Boxeroo getting involved in that as well. And Angus down there in P4, followed very, very closely to the Williams. DRS train all the way down to P12 at the moment as it stands.
Absolutely, and no moves basically getting done as Daniel T takes a sniff at Dito, his own teammate, and actually loses out to Ricciardo there. Possible.
Great driving by some of these guys at the moment as
Daniel T gets overtaken by Sammy too. And Shifty Flight gets overtaken by Whiff. Whiff with the fastest lap. Shifty Flight fights back into turn 1. Some great driving across all of the top 12 at the moment, and even those down in 13th and 14th. As we see Marzi and Hennessy going at it, the only 2 drivers on the hard tyres.
Going to go the long distance. Not a bad strategy there from the McLarens and the Ferraris. Both Ferraris actually on the hard strategy there. As Protein Group just comes into the pit, so does Sebi. So a little bit of damage. Could have been an incident between the two of them there. Look at position changes at the moment. Everyone's staying at the top. We're just still going to go back onto this front battle between Plugger and Bunting. It looks like it's going to change around again. Biggest loser here tonight is Sebi losing 8 places. And then second there is Daniel T, who is having a nice little battle there between Squash Josh. Biggest winner of tonight is Marzi, up 4 places in the green. So, yeah, positions at hand, but Shifty Flight P10, Marzi in P13, and the 2 McLarens in P1 and P4, the 2 Williams in P5 and P8, and the 2 Red Bulls in P9 and P12. So, few at the moment, but Bolts are in P3 and Whiff in P11. Question is going to be, though, Edge, when are these guys going to pit on these mediums, and how long is this DRS train going to go on for?
You'd have to think that, I know myself, we were thinking about pitting probably lap 10. So we're already 4 laps in. It depends on that tyre wear, because we're seeing Plugger lock up a little bit already going into turn 1. And they're already ERS saving as well for those long DRS straights. But I would imagine with all this battling and all the swapping around of cars, I would imagine we're going to start seeing some pit stops in the next 4 or 5 laps. And that's when the DRS train will start to break up. In fact, it's actually broken up a little bit. If we have a look down to Daniel T, it's now 1 second. And Sammy's actually out of DRS as well now. So the top 6 have got their own DRS train. Sammy's by himself, and Daniel T's under pressure from Squash Josh, who is charging up the field with Whiff and Shifty Flight there as they go side by side. Josh getting the move done on Daniel T. Whiff getting the move done on Shifty Flight as well. So the battle for P8 is looking spicy as well. It's hard to keep control of where to look at the moment because you've got Plugger and Bunting swapping lanes. You've got Boltzaroo and Angus sticking behind. You've got Dido sticking with them. You've got Ricciardo sticking with them. Sammy's by himself at the moment. Josh is going to try to burn to catch up to Sammy, but he doesn't have the battery. Daniel T will get the DRS here, so it'll be smart to see what Daniel does. So we'll just keep an eye on the battle for 8th. As Daniel switches to none. Plugger loses the position to Bunting as well. Angus getting past Bolts. They're going side by side through the final turn. Bolts going for Plugger as well now. So he's gone from defending to attacking.
It's getting very interesting here. I mean, these guys are getting into the grip using that ERS. You can see there Sammy Slammers is out of the DRS at the moment, 1.8. So he's going to come unstuck at the moment. Squash Josh following very, very closely. So far, so good in P8. Daniel T right behind him in P9 with Batiste putting a battle on him. So Shifty Flight at the moment. A little bit further up, though. It's Dido now getting to the back of Angus. He'll want to try and get the move done, but Ricciardo is literally joint to the back of him like a hip at the moment, as we're seeing Boltzaroo just staying within the front 2 at the moment of Plugger and Bunting. Very good performance from the reserve driver of Bunting. Is this an opportunity for a full-time seat? We'll have to wait and see. As Bunting loses out to Plugger, as Plugger gets through again, and Ricciardo gets past Dido. Dido goes into P6.
We were on board for that, and Ricciardo was actually holding up his ERS very well there. Ricciardo's doing excellently for a Div 4 driver at the moment. He's been able to hold on to that top 6 as he taps the wall slightly. Is that damage? We'll have a look on this main straight here. No, it is not. Does not look like any damage is on that car.
There we go again. Bunting and Plugger switch around again, and this will be the common thing at the moment. Let's put a bit of a prediction in of when we're going to see these guys pit for the mediums. When will we see the front runners pit? When will we see the front?
I think we've got to point out, SJ, Squash Josh has actually caught up to Sammy and broken DRS to Daniel. So Josh is steaming through the grid. He wants to catch up to that top 6 there, and Sammy's not going to let him pass easily. He's on barely any ERS. Josh will be wanting to conserve while behind Sammy here. So we'll just keep an eye on that Josh Daniel T, who's actually caught back up, and the top 12 are actually back with them. There is that prediction in. We'll just keep an eye out. Josh going side by side with Sammy. We'll get the DRS detection, but we'll actually get the move done before we even get into the DRS zone, which means Daniel will follow through, and we'll actually get the move done, and Whiff follows through.
Yeah, that's the slipstream. Getting a very, very powerful slipstream coming down that main straight.
Whiff! Good pull up there. Good pull up there from Whiff.
Yeah, good driving there. Good driving. No one taking it side by side in the swim pool section, as that is not a good idea. I should know from experience. We won't talk about that. Bunting leading this way again, but Plugger looks ready to pounce again on the right-hand side. Going to make the overtake again, and we are going to see this, I think, all race, unless anything happens or when they get some strategy. The question will be here, though, the interesting thing is Mercedes needs to be looking at where they are positioned. One is in P1 and one is in P4, and the gap between Angus and Plugger is only 1.3. So are we looking at a double stack here for Mercedes, or are we looking at someone to go one lap more, which could be detrimental to their race, as we're seeing an overtake here between Shifty Flight and Sammy the Slammer. Shifty Flight goes around the outside, Sammy keeps it nice and clean, and there we go, Shifty Flight up into P10. That's brought Arcade Gaming right on the back of Sammy Slammer. Is that Division 4 experience just going out the window a little bit? Are these Division 3 drivers really starting to rein these Division 4 guys in? We'll have to wait and see as Sammy Slammer comes right back at Shifty Fly and takes that position back. But he's taking it back on a DRS situation.
He will have DRS himself, though.
With Matif and Daniel T going side by side down the DRS straight there. Who's going to get the job done? Remember, behind, you're going to get the overspeed with the toe. As
Sammy!
Sammy goes very wide.
I think the DRS
Stays
caught him
with
off a little bit,
formation.
but Shifty getting that move done
Overspeed.
cleanly. Shifty does have damage, and so does RK.
Okay, front right and...
Front right. Front right for both.
Front right. Back up to the front, and Plugger's on it again with Bo Bunting. Gets the move done this time, and Bunting stays in behind. Boltaroo stays in behind as well. Angus falling slowly. 1 second, losing the DRS. Does not want to lose the DRS only because he's got Ricardo and Dino to deal with next, and they are not going to be easy. And Squash Josh 3.5 seconds down the road. He'll start to bring that time in. Remember, prediction is in, ladies and gentlemen. We have got who will pit the front runners. Lap 9, lap 10, lap 11, lap 12. Get your votes in. Remember, 8,000 on lap 10, 1.7 on lap 1, lap 11, lap 12, 2.5, nothing on lap 9. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
I want
As
to
I'm still
clarify
looking
something,
at this-
SJ. What's the top runners? Because I think you might be wrong completely on all 4 guesses that you've taken. I think we're going to see...
Probably. It could go longer.
No, I think we're seeing someone come in this lap.
We'll have to wait and see, because that'll be lap 9, which means everyone loses. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't know. I think they'll go a little bit more. I think I've been using each over the DRS. I don't think the tyres are that cooked. My tyres were cooked on lap 10. I was really struggling
Shifty's just
on
gone
lap
past
10.
Daniel, and they're side by side into the swimming pool section. This is very dangerous, boys. Keep it clean. They do for the moment. Although Daniel has
We've got
damage.
some great-
So out of that...
wings going.
I was about to say, out of that 4 of Shifty Flight, Daniel, Sammy, and RK, Sammy's the only one who has a full attached wing. And he's right behind Daniel here. Will he burn? He's catching up slowly. Daniel is definitely burning as well. He'll get the move
gonna
done.
go
Does
for
he
the-
hold it? He
He's got
holds
overspeed!
it. No, he doesn't.
He's got the overspeed. He's done it again. He's got the overspeed and he's lost
And he's pitting.
out. Oh, and what has happened there? Oh, Daniel T, you may have took in the pit lane entry a little bit wide there, so that might be looked at. J-Man, if you're there, my friend, note that down. It's finished, Kaya, that's why. It was only 2 minutes long, so we'll have to wait and see as
Well,
the
it's lap
front runners
9.
are in at the moment.
So if you
No
want
front runners are in, though.
Oh yeah, true. That's why I was asking what's the clarification of
Yeah.
front runners.
Keep up, keep up, keep up. J-Man, are you there, mate? There's 2 incidents in the pit lane entry, mate. Hope you got that noted, if you are with us. If not, I've got it noted. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But, yeah, coming out of the exit as well. Let's see if it's all good and clean.
Boltaroo gets a double move into
Oh,
P1.
lovely move.
Can he
Just around the
hold it?
outside of the swimming pool.
He holds it.
Outside.
That is a ridiculous move from Bolts there. Where has that come
I
from?
think it's come from Kick Sauber, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Giving him directions there. Yep, he's noted it. Good man, good man. Bit of drama here. Oh, this is interesting now. Bunting into P2, Plugger into P3. And Plugger has lost 7.5 tenths. And Bunting gets that back out in front again. And this could be a strategy from the Merc. Let's have a look. Oh, Plugger's in. So, ladies and gentlemen,
And Dito's in too.
10.
So
10.
that's an interesting call from the Williams as well to pull Dito in a little bit early.
Here we go.
And RK's in as
go.
well.
Here we go.
So we're seeing a
So
few
who's
drivers come
going-
in now. Plugger does get out in front of Dito. RK will get his wing fixed, and that actually puts Marzi and Hennessy in P7, P8 on the hard tyres.
Yeah, they're in a good position at the moment, and this is look at this. Got the two.
Oh,
McLarens
Plugger and
in
Ricciardo
P7,
are already
P6.
battling outside of the pit lane. Sorry to cut you off there, SJ, but Ricciardo may have gotten the undercut on Plugger. He has. He's gotten it done. But he won't for much longer because he will have that DRS as Baltzaroo gets past Bunting again. We'll just keep an eye on this battle between Ricciardo and Plugger. Ricciardo absolutely pushing that Aston Martin as far as he can go. Definitely proving that he has earned a spot in Aston Martin here, but Plugger will just go around the outside with that DRS. Now the smart thing for Ricciardo here would just be to follow Plugger through and keep that DRS gap to Dito that he's built of 1.4 seconds. But what will happen at the top is Bunting will get past Baltzaroo here. Does Bunting and Baltzaroo respond to the Merc and pit? We'll have a look. Seems like they're taking a bit of a wide line. Bunting will not pit.
No.
Bolts pits. That's an interesting
Bolt
pit entry.
bits.
Yeah, Bolts
Another
pits.
one.
Angus.
Okay, man. Another one for you.
Bolts.
Wait,
Almost
this is
halfway
in-
across the line. Angus is in as well.
Bunting's continued.
Bunting has
Laps on the
continued.
mediums.
Josh has continued. Whiff has continued. And I think we're
Shouldn't
going
have
to
lost
see
it coming out.
Terrence continue as well. So the question is
Squash
where
Josh
does...
having a P2.
That is a huge jump from Plugger there. We'll keep an eye on it. Yes, that is done.
P3. Yeah, he's got the job done there. Baltzaroo is right behind him though, followed very, very closely by Ricciardo. This is still a good position for Bolts because Bolts is going to be on fresh one lap, fresher tyres, and we've seen how quick he was earlier on. So it's going to be interesting to see how far Plugger can get to the top of the leader. Bunting is 17 seconds out in front at the moment, and he made a bit of a mistake coming out into turn 2. Actually hit the curb there, so we'll have to wait and see here. But he's in control of this race. 6 seconds out in front. Squash Josh in P2, with Matif in P3, Barzi in P10 and P4, Hennessy in P5. Shifty Fight has pit, dropped down into P14. Hennessy going in, he's in P5 on those hards. He's putting the pressure on Marzi. And yeah, Marzi's going to have the pressure on Terrence as well. So, and here come the rest of the pack from behind. Plugger, Ricciardo, Bolts, and Dido, all on fresher tyres. We'll see Bunting, I would say, coming in. Yes, he is in. Watch your speed, good man. There we go. We're going to see Josh coming in.
pit as
Yes, we
well.
are. We're going to see Whiff coming in. Yes, we are. Marzi is going to continue, and Marzi is going to take the lead of this race.
I think the interesting one here is
Well, let-
Terrence is going to come out. He's going another lap. And Ricciardo set the fastest lap. I do want to point out, Bolts actually came out in front of Ricciardo, but Ricciardo got him on the back straight and held that position down that long straight there. And Bunting's actually come out behind all three of them. So that's put Bunting down in net P4. So that could be a shocking result for the Alpine if Plugger can get away from Ricciardo and Bolts here. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see what happens here, I guess.
No.
Okay, gets a 3 second.
He's joined the pack. He's joined the pack. Look at him. He's only 6.5 tenths behind Bolts and Ricciardo. It's actually not a bad strategy there from the Alpine driver. Actually, very well done because now Plugger is going to come under pressure from Ricciardo and also Bolt. And look at Bunting. He's right behind it. So he just needs to be careful. He's going to be on the fresher tyre. He's on 2 lap fresher tyres than these. And this could definitely come into it at the end of the closing stages of this race. We've got a race on our hands at the moment. We've got 4 people for P1.
I was about to say, we'll see how much of a pressure that I might actually put it on, because Plugger is almost back in that DRS of Terrence, who's fallen out of the DRS of Hennessy. So if Plugger can get that DRS, he might actually be saved by Terrence here in the Alpine, and it might be detrimental to the other Alpine. You'd have
This
to
is
think...
not helping Bolts. Bunting goes around the outside because Bolts has got that all wrong. Has Bolts got the move done? Yes, he has. They don't want to keep battling though because Ricciardo will lose the DRS to Plugger. They do not want to lose the DRS to Plugger because he is joint P1 as it stands, as these 3 guys do have to pit. But anything can happen, as we can see. They're very, very close. Bunting staying within that in that gap at the moment. Dido 2.7 seconds back. It's actually hurt the Williams. And it also hurt Angus. Angus has dropped down into P9. Josh has dropped down into P10. Whiff back down there in P11. Sammy Slimer back down there in P12. So, yeah, very unfortunate for a few guys at the moment. Marzi leading this way, 5.5 teams in the DRS of Hennessy. Terrence 1.2 out of the DRS. So Hennessy and Marzi are in the clear at the moment, but Plugger is
But by how much?
about to harass Terrence. And Bunting does get past on Bolts, and he'll want to get the move done on Ricardo, because I think Bunting believes that Ricardo is not quick enough and will lose that DRS to Plugger. So this is going to be an interesting strategy. We saw Bolts go for a move earlier on, and both of them get the move done. But Bunting is definitely not wanting to wait here. He's wanting to get this move done as soon as possible and get the job done on Plugger.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Plugger's actually going to get the move done here on Terrence. Ricardo's going to try to follow him through, and so is Bunting. Getting the move done. Terrence almost letting his teammate through, and then immediately moving out in the way of Bolts. Will this be detrimental to the Kick Sauber? Will this knock him out of that DRS? There's possibilities. Ricardo and Bunting are going side by side. Terrence will pit.
Great racing.
Oh, he'll keep it. Bunting gets it to purple and will get past Ricardo, it looks like. So Bunting is back in net P2 with Plugger
Oh,
trying.
gets the switch.
Oh,
Oh, he can't get it.
Nah.
Hasn't got it. Hasn't got it in the tyres. Bunting.
can
what a
Plugger
try.
close that gap and at least get a little bit of DRS from Hennessy and Marzi to help his fight against Bunting? It's very close at the moment. We'll just keep an eye on the front two, who haven't really been battling as much as the P3 to P6 have, but they've definitely been there. Plugger will have the DRS coming into the back straight, and that means the top six are going to be charging away from the grid as well of Angus and Dito, who are just sort of coasting in P7 and P8 at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely getting very, very interesting. And it's been a fantastic drive from Bunting. I've been very, very impressed with him. I'm very impressed with everyone in Division 3. No DNFs, clean racing, fantastic wheel-to-wheel racing here in Miami, which is what we want to see. Question is, though, are we going to see some rain? Because those clouds don't look too shabby, Edge.
No, they do not. They look like the weather that we had in Div 6. But you never know what can happen here at Miami. It is a track that is known for having unpredictable weather. So you see Bunting going around the outside of Plugger. That's a very interesting move to make for the Alpine driver. What have you missed? Just loaded up the stream. Not much, honestly. Marzi's leading from P16.
Yeah, Hennessy is really
P17,
holding up
sorry.
here. Sammy Stammer gets a pin. We've got Marzi in the lead at the moment, but they are being absolutely harassed by the guys on fresher tyres, because these are the only guys on 14-lap tyres. As Bunting goes round the outside of Hennessy, gets the job done into P2. This guy has got some cojones, because he's now into P2 and he's about to pounce on Marzi, and I don't think he'll wait here. He'll want to get this move done as soon as possible. Plugger is still behind Hennessy, and he's being followed very close with Ricardo, and we could have a little bit of an incident going down there. Plugger goes round the outside, gets the job done on Hennessy. Oh, a little bit of a step there. Ricardo going side by side with Hennessy as well. He gets out in front, and Bunting is leading this race in P1. Fantastic race by him so far, but he gets it all wrong coming out of swimming pool section.
Bolt's
there.
going for the switchback
Marzi-
on Hennessy. Sorry to cut you off there, SJ, but Bolt's getting the switchback done. Coming out of the Mickey Mouse section. That is a brilliant move there from the Kick Sauber. We've seen some good moves from him today. Sorry to cut you off there.
That's right, what position for the TP to be in here? He's really trying to hold up the Merc. Oh, this is not what the Merc wants here. Marzi is probably absolutely loving this. He's going to position that car. He's really going to hurt that Mercedes. And Plugger cannot get past at the moment. He's probably going to have to wait for the DRS there. And Bunting is just saving. Is he saving his ERS? No, he's not.
No, he's on medium.
On 22. He's on 22. Plugger's on 35. Plugger's saving his ERS. He's gone on none. He's played a
Bunting is
little bit
down
of
to
a,
16%. He
yeah.
has no battery
is-
to fight
it-
this. But
Yeah.
Marzi's doing an excellent
Marzi-
job of slowing him down, though. I
he
think
is.
he will be out of the DRS,
he-
so this will be detrimental
yeah.
to the McLaren.
They'll
So
lose it
you
now.
would imagine that the Mercedes would actually get past him here. And it looks like he's going for the move, and he's got it done.
Yeah, he's not going to fight that. Not going to fight that. And old tyres needs to continue, but Yeah, Ricardo is the next one to pounce. Hill ready to go for the move there. He does not want to be behind Marzi for too long, for too much, because he want to get to the back of Plugger. They do not want to lose the DRS. These guys, battle is between Plugger and Bunting, not Marzi. Marzi's in the middle of it, and so is Hennessy. And I'll be honest, those guys on the old tyres have done a great job just to keep in the mix still race their own race, because they're racing each other, really, and they're on 15 lap hards, so they're going to be on very, very quick tyres if anything happens in this race. As we see Hennessy really causing a problem with Angus squeezing him into the wall there on those 15 laps. Lovely to see that. Be careful of that red tyre. Oh, we don't want to see that. Hennessy doing a fantastic job, and up into P8 there. Marzi. Oh, Ricardo
Marzi
goes on the
is fighting
outside of Marzi.
He's fighting for this position. He knows he should be up here. He's fighting for every position he can keep, as he just has to concede to Bolts there, who squeezed him just enough to give him a little bit of a fear of God in that wall. I think the main thing to point out here, though, is because of Marzi, Plugger and Bunting have been able to escape Ricciardo. So Marzi has actually caused a bit of an effect in this race, as Plugger will overtake Bunting, and you'd have to think that these two are going to start working together to try to get away from Bolts and Ricciardo. Making a 2-horse race rather than the 4 that we've been seeing all race, pretty much.
Yeah, fantastic race tonight. It's been fantastic. Like the DRS as well, the overtakes, there's still moves going on. There's probably a few guys there probably thinking that they should be a little bit further up, like Dido down there in P6, Daniel T down there in P11 with Petit in P10, Josh in P9. They'll get the move done. Do you know something? I know I don't want to say this. I want a safety car now. I really do. I want a safety car to change this race up a little bit.
Yeah, it would be good to get a safety car here. Whether or not something happens here is a little bit different. What? Sorry, I'm just looking at chat and I've just seen that the stream is now dropping, and I'm just looking at possibly why. So I can see your messages, guys. I am looking into why it is dropping frames, because it shouldn't be. It's only recently just started doing it. Yeah. Do you mind if I just quickly go sort this out? I'm just going to mute while I look into this.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
18 laps out of 29. We're on board with Bunting at the moment. I'll probably be talking. Edge will probably just change it to the positions that I'm moving it on. We're on board with Plugger. Plugger ready to pounce for the lead again. 58% on the ERS there. And he goes for the move done. There we go. Up into P1. Lap 18 out of 29. We're actually running out of laps now for anything else to happen. But we'll have to wait and see. At the moment, it's been a great battle between the Alpine driver and the Merc tonight. They've probably been definitely above the rest. But we'll have to wait and see what happens here. As Boltzaroo down there in P3, Ricardo. Oh, we got drama. Squash Josh has lost it. He's spun it. Does that bring out a safety? Lap 18? No, but does he have serious damage? Oh, he's got some serious problems trying to get the car around there. He's had a bit of a spin. Let's have a look. Any damage to that Red Bull? Nope, no damage. Going back up to the top. Plugger down in P2, Ricardo taking into P3, Boltzaroo into P4. Marzi still in that P5 position, doing a great job. Will have to pit though. That is the thing. Him and Hennessy are the only ones that still have to pit. So we'll have to wait and see what they're going to do as he is in. And Angus now up in the P6, Dido up in the P5. So Dido making his way up through the pack. And I reckon we will see Hennessy coming in as well very, very soon. 5 seconds. We'll have to wait and see. Let's hopefully that Edge has sorted out the problem. Marzi coming in. He will be on lovely, fresh yellow tyres. 10 laps to go on those mediums. Good stint there for Marzi in P15 in the points still, but he will be on very, very quick tyres. So let's have to wait and see what happens here as Protein Group is in the pits as well. Off those 16 lap hards on to softs, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying the soft strategy. I think he'll be in again, unfortunately, on lap maybe 6 laps on them, and then he'll have to come in. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Bunting in pole position at the moment with Plugger in P2, Bolzer in P3, Ricardo in P4, Dido in P5, Angus in P6 with Petit in P7, Hennessy in P8. Fantastic drive from him tonight. Squash Josh in P9. Daniel T in P10. Sammy the Slammer in P11. Shifty Flight in P12, who's being followed very closely by the Red Bull of Arcade Gaming in P13. Terence in P14 followed very closely by Marzi. Just needs to just bide his time and wait for the right move. Then we've got PST Sebi in P16. Plugger in the fast lap with 128.477. VR Quasi in P17, still in the opportunity of points. We'll have to wait and see what happens. And then Protein Group down there in P18 on them soft compound tyres. Arcade Gaming does get in front of Shifty Flight for that P12 position, but does have those pins. As Sammy Summer has a pin, Arcade has a pin, and Quasi has a pin at the moment. Stream is a long way behind. It will be sorted. It will be sorted. Do not
Yeah,
worry.
I'm looking into it now. I don't know if it's internet or anything, so I do apologise about this. This is a bit... It's a bit horrible.
Drama here. Terence and RK have had a bit of an incident together. No safety car. Oh, there's another incident going on here. Oh, someone's had a yellow flag. There's something going on. Just trying to work out what it is.
I think it was Shifty letting through... Shifty letting through Marzi.
Marzi.
So a bit of a team game there from McLaren.
Yeah, a bit of an incident between RK and Terence, but I don't think we're going to have a safety here. I don't think we're going to have a safety here. We're going to have to be going on to driver of the day very, very soon. Refresh it if it's 2 laps behind. Shouldn't be. Should not be 2 laps behind.
Get rid of that.
Got Bunting at the moment with Plugger. Still going at it. Still going in with the DRS. Remember, Bunting is on 2 lap fresher tyres than Plugger. 70% ERS against 49. So he's got the advantage at the moment. Boltsaru has been left behind now. 4.1 second gap between him and Bunting. Ricardo, 2.5 tenths gap behind Boltsaru. Angus, 1.6 seconds behind Ricardo. And Dido following very, very closely to get that position from Angus. Squash Josh getting the move done on Hennessy as Hennessy comes into the pits finally on, I think, lap 21 on those hards. Good stint there. He's now going to go to the end on those mediums. Will Marzi get the job done? Yes, he will. Yellows. No yellows.
No.
There's yellows and then there's not yellows. Okay.
Yeah, it's very
Interesting.
weird.
We're seeing yellows and then we're not seeing yellows. Okay, Marzi up into P11, gets the job done on Hennessy. Hennessy actually drops down all the way to P15. I will invite Josh.
Wait, is Josh... Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll invite.
That's good. I'm just checking into
Yeah.
this. Well, we'll have a look. Let me see if I might have a fix for it.
But you will. There's only 8 laps left.
Yeah.
Marzi up now. He's dropped so much time. He was 7 seconds behind Sammy Slammer. He's now 4.6. He is flying on those mediums. I've invited him. I've sent him an invite. And I'll send him a PlayStation one as well.
Let's try this.
No, it's not there. He's not there at the moment. Not there at the moment. So
Let's try dropping.
tried to, but he's not coming on. He's not there, not appearing for me at the moment. But we're going to go back up to the top. Hopefully he doesn't lose too much positions. 7.9. It's dropping to 8. It looks like he could drop up to Daniel T. I think I've been twice again. Edge really, at least you get caught it this time. We'll have to wait and see again. Oh, we've got drama going on here at the top. There's Bunting down into P2, Plugger into P1. We are going to have a nice little battle on our hands for this P1 position. It's definitely gearing up to it. It's definitely waiting for it. Protein Group coming around. Sebi coming into the pits. Marzi up in a P11. Good position for me. Ricardo getting a 3 seconds. That's his opportunity gone from a podium. So he's done. So Angus has got a massive opportunity now of getting that P4. We'll have to wait and see. Or even that P3. We could have a double podium for Mercedes. We'll have to wait and see. With Matif has gone from where he was to P7. He's 7 seconds behind Dido though. So it's a big, big jump. We'll have to... I'll try again for Josh to try and get him in. If he's appearing. I think he's on now. Yep, he's on. There we go. I've sent him an invite. Hopefully he will join very, very soon. He's only lost 1 position at the moment, but he's 1.5. This is definitely hurting his race. But we're going back up to the front, and Bunting still in P2 at the moment, following very, very closely to Plugger. This has been a fantastic battle between Bunting and Plugger. And
Yeah.
I'm going to put, I think we're going to put the prediction on these two, haven't we? Who's
Yeah,
going to take the
absolutely.
win, Plugger or Bunting?
Yeah. By the way, SJ, I know how to fix it, but I would have to end stream and restart it. There's no point in doing it with this much to go.
No.
So I know how to fix
Is,
it. It's annoying because it's a setting that OBS has actually put on last night, which I didn't know that it put it on. So sick.
That's right.
Uh,
No,
that's really annoying.
these things happen, mate. As
Yeah.
long as people can still see the stream, that's the main thing.
It's just a little bit behind from what I understand. And that would be because we've
fine.
dropped 18.9% of the frames. And it's still dropping frames, and I
Uh,
don't know what to do.
It's fun. It's fun. And the guys get to watch a little bit of a replay of race that we've already seen, so we're out in front. Yeah, so guys, there's your reason why we're a little bit behind due to a technical issue with the software we're using, so we'll have to wait and see. But just keep on top with us because Bunting at the moment is leading this race. We've got a prediction that's just fired in. Who is going to win this race? Will it be Bunting? Will it be Plugger? That is the question. We will be coming up. Oh, we do have a safety car! Hennessy has lost his front wing. He's gone at 10 seconds for collision with Shifty Flight. Bunting and Plugger have gone past the pits. Boltsaru's gone past. Everyone else has gone past it. Dino has gone past it. Whiff is in. Daniel T's gone past it. Squash Josh is in. Marzi, what do you do, mate? He's going to go in as well. Sammy the Slammer goes in. Wow, this is definitely making this interesting. Oh, and Marzi gets a 10-second
And so does Sammy.
in the pit lane. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, we've still got Bunting or Plugger to win this race. Do I have to remove that and change that to other?
Yeah, probably, actually.
I think I do. I'm going to have to delete that. I'm going to delete that and go again. So
What I might do is I might just stop the stream quickly once everyone's come out of the pits and we've got everyone sort of saddled up. Quickly restart it with the settings so we actually have a clean finish. If that's right with you, SJ?
I'd leave it. You're 24 laps in. That means we're going to have two streams. I'm going to have to upload.
You can combine them. I'll combine them for you. It's fine. I'll edit it.
Can you not pause it and then just
No, because the
change the setting?
application needs to be restarted, and that's the issue.
Just leave it. Just leave it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Alright.
Don't worry. Restarting it.
The question is, what is Bunting and Plugger? Bunting's going in. Plugger's going in. That's a very interesting call. I mean, they have the room to do it, I guess. Bolt will be coming in. Ricciardo will be coming in. Angus will be coming in. Dito's coming in. Can Daniel jump everyone? Plugger's gone on softs. Bunting's gone on mediums.
Who will win this race, ladies and gentlemen? If you've tuned in, here we go. 1 minute to go with the prediction. Plugger, Bunting, or other. Get your predictions in. Driver of the day, Edge. Who do you think? Marzi drive-through penalty. It's gone from bad to worse for a 10 and now a drive-through. So his race is officially over.
Yeah, I think, I was going to say Marzi because he's done quite well with that recovery, but not anymore. I'll be honest. I'm actually going to say Ricciardo. Coming up from Div 4, and he's been in the fight the entire time pretty much until those last few laps, and now he's back in the fight. It's going to be an interesting battle for him, I reckon.
Right, so we'll go for Ricardo, and I'll go
Now, what's that penalty?
for
3
Bunting.
seconds. He could get that removed, and he could keep P4, which would be a huge result for Ricciardo.
You're still going with Ricardo for driver of the day.
Yes.
Okay, alright. We'll go. I'll add that in a second. Just wait there. Comms. Edge. Ricardo. Comms. SJ. I'm going Bunting. There we go. And I'll pin that, and I will put that vote in. I'll do it on lap 26 and see what we get, because we've got this other vote
guess
coming out
what?
at the moment. 94% of people are saying other.
SJ,
94%. Yes.
It just fixed itself.
Well, there we go.
I put one message
we
in
go.
chat about OBS being horrible, and it fixes itself instantly. Cool. Awesome. Great.
There we go. Didn't need to stop the stream.
Nah.
Lovely job.
If you are watching, just refresh. That's all you need to do. Yeah.
Refresh.
Refresh your streams.
Right, in other news,
Need the time.
this is massive news. This is massive news. Last race of round 10 going into silly season very, very soon. We have Bunting in P1, Plugger in P2. They've been battling each other most of this race. Can Boltsaru cause a bit of a storm? Can anyone else cause a bit of a storm? There is a mixture of tyres at the moment. Bunting has gone on for a different strategy there. I think this may be the wrong mistake. We'll have to wait and see. How quick are those softs? How quick are those mediums? You know, we know that softs aren't good on this game, but with only 3 laps of racing, this could be a massive opportunity of Plugger to win this race. But also, Angus and Dido, can they have something to say about this? Because Ricciardo is in a very difficult position with that 3-second penalty in P4. And this late will drop him all the way down near the back, unfortunately. And Sammy Slammer does get 13 seconds of pins. We've also got Quasi on 6, RK on 3, both Ferraris in P15 with a 3, and Protein Group no pens. Marzi, unfortunately, with a drive-through and a 10-second pen, so he will have to come in straight away. We have seen a safety car after another safety car, but I don't think it's going to be the case this time, Edge. 3 laps to go.
Well, it has to come in this lap, and I'm pretty sure that means that we're in the pit stop, or we're in the window where there cannot be another safety car. So I expect to see the safety car come in this lap, because it'll make it 3 laps. Now, we have seen the safety car stay out an extra lap before, but I don't think we'll see it stay out for much longer. It'll wait for as late as possible to try to let Marzi and Terrence catch up. The lights are out, it looks like. No, they're not. Never mind. The lights are not out. The Bunting, that is very close behind the safety car. He caught up a lot to that crowd strike. Is it the Mercedes? I think that might be the Mercedes safety car. Is it a Mercedes? It's a Mercedes 1.3 at the moment with the safety car.
I'm going to send you something, Edge, which I would like you to put onto the screen before we end the stream. So I'm just sending it to you now. You will love it.
Sure. You'll have to give me a second to actually do that, so we might have to put the poster
No,
up.
that's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't put it up at the moment. Leave it to
No.
the end. Just
I'm gonna quickly check what it is.
Right, lap 27 looks like the safety car is coming in. Get your predictions in, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to put the poll in as well. Driver of the day is going to Ricciardo or Bunting tonight. We think that they've done an absolute fantastic job. Bunting as a reserve driver, really dominating performances tonight. So we have 3 minutes prediction, 5-minute prediction.
I love that, SJ.
Yep.
I'm
That's
happy to
good
put
work
that
here,
up.
mate.
It was a very good idea.
Right, you put that up after near the end before we announce our break.
Yeah.
So everyone
You'll
can
have
get
to
ready
give me
for this.
maybe like 2 to 3 minutes to do, or not 2 to 3 minutes, but you'll have to give me some time to do that. In fact, I'm gonna do this so I don't have to worry about that much. Alright, cool.
Right, votes are in, guys. Votes are in for driver of the day. Ricciardo and Bunting, you've got time, so get in amongst it. 30 people tuning in tonight. We've got up to about 45. Let's have some big viewers in for this last one of the week. This is going to be a big one. Are brain cells going to be destroyed? Are cars going to be deciding to go the opposite direction? Or are we all going to drive very, very clean on the end of this race? There's been a briefing. It's been a fantastic race. I've got to say, and it's definitely a nice little spanner in the works of a safety car to be right at the end. Remember, Hennessy, another 10 seconds for hitting the back of RK Gaming, not having the best of nights in that Ferrari. Let's have a look. No side-by-side action, remember, on a safety car. It is all follow suit, and Bunting has gone with Plugger behind on them soft compound tyres. This is the chance. He's got 2 laps to get it. He's going to try and get this done as soon as possible. How quick are those softs? Can those mediums hold up, Edge? What's your thoughts with the Mercedes at the moment? If Bunting holds him up here, he puts Bolts in the opportunity for a win and also Angus for a podium. This is going to be crucial couple of laps for Bunting.
Yeah, absolutely. If Bunting has any chance of winning this race, he needs to break that DRS for Plugger. And we can see him in hot lap, not burning at all. Plugger is basically sitting behind him on none. He's not letting Bunting get behind him at all. He's being very smart with that DRS there. I reckon what we'll see is we'll see drivers sticking behind each other until that final straight on the final lap. Although Angus and Whiff are currently battling it out in P6, P7 at the moment. Whiff going around the outside of the Mercedes on the softs. Is that a smart move, knowing that we do have the DRS coming? Shifty Flight and Squash going side by side. Shifty Flight getting a 3-second time penalty. And Josh actually getting that move done a little bit out of track limits, but it looks like it should be fine for the moment. He was kind of forced out. He did cut the chicane. Can we have a prediction? We don't have a prediction.
It's already in.
You have a poll up.
It's already in. We've missed it. You've missed the prediction. It was only up for 2 minutes. Here we go. We've got Bunting.
Here we go.
This is the last race of Division 3. Bunting is leading it. Plugger in P2. Boltsaru and also Ricciardo. They can all cause a problem here. Plugger's gone very wide off track. He's got that all wrong. They could bring Boltsaru back into it. Plugger is staying very close to Bunting as much as he can. Ricciardo with that 3 seconds. Do not count out Dido as well. I don't think he's going to be able to do it though. He's 1.7 seconds behind. I don't know if them softs have started to go off very early. Plugger 2.5 tenths behind. Boltsaru needs to get a very good run in on Plugger. This is all about ERS. Saving it, using it, or not saving it, or using it, or using the DRS. With Matif up in the P5. Kicks Sauber on a roll tonight. Bunting loses P1. He's got one more opportunity with Plugger. Do not fight it. They're going side by side. He tapped. Going into the swimming pool section, it is all about Bunting down the main straight for the last corner. We're on lap 29 out of 29. Boltsaru is right there as well. Does he have enough in the tank to go for the move? Bunting, 66. Plugger, 61. Bunting, he's going to burn everything. DRS is enabled. How much has he got in that tank of that Alpine? It looks like the Merc could get away with it. Is he going to get away with it?
I think he is.
Everything at it.
Bolts is going for it.
Speed. Bolts goes for the move on the
Oh, Bolts hits the wing to Plugger and goes P2!
Plugger's gonna get it! Boltsaru is gonna get it!
He's gonna get him on the line!
It's gonna be a photo finish! Oh, my days!
What a result for...
0.0.
Oh my god! That's a result for the Mercedes of Plugger. Alpine with P2, Kick P3, P4, and Angus pulling up P5. Only just as... We had a closer gap for P4, P5 than we did for P2, P3.
Oh man, incredible. Absolutely incredible. What a way to go out with a bang.
What a finish.
Guys, that is how you race. That is how you race, guys. Fantastic. Congratulations, whoever said Plugger. 6% of you said Plugger. So 232 points. Congratulations, guys. There you go. There's your points. Great race there from Plugger and dominating once again. Bunting, though, does get the driver of the day. So fantastic result for him as well. Edge, I will let you message these guys and get these guys in for an interview.
Sure, just give me a moment. I'm so happy.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so happy that was fixed for that. You cannot have missed. You could not have missed that, and I would have been so gutted if that was, if that ended up being how it was. That would not have been good. But I'm so happy that we were able to surely show that.
Yeah, me too. Guys, yes, he did deserve driver of the day, unfortunately, but the 2 votes were Bunting and Ricciardo before that was the vote. But absolutely fantastic drive there from Whiff. But Bunting, great drive from him tonight as well, and he was your driver of the day. Plugger, what a performance from him. Gets the fastest lap as well. Bunting in P2, Bolts in P3, Whiff Matif in P4, Kick Saab will be over the moon going into the break. Angus in P5, Ricciardo in P6, great job from him. The Williams in P7 and P8, Sebi in P9, Squash Josh in P10, McLaren Shifty Flight P11, Protein in P12, Terrence in P13, P14 with Kai Gaming, Quasi, Sammy Slammer, Hennessy, Marzi. Unfortunately, Marzi with the incident with the drive-through and the 10-second pin. Wow, what a night that was. And we'll get these guys in. Oh, if you haven't tagged them, I'll tag them.
I already have.
Oh, you've done it already.
Yeah. Just gonna wait for them to get in. We actually will switch to the poster for the moment. Now, I'm not going to be able to do this without pausing. You know what? They'll just see a black screen for the moment while we get it ready. While I get
Do the
that.
do the you know, the player room, and do the poster at the end.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm up on the...
Poster right
I've got
here.
the Division 3 Miami while we get everything set up.
Okay, well, you
For,
can use that or the player room.
Well, yeah, I'm waiting for the drivers to join.
No, that's right. We've got one. I think we've got one in. Yeah, we've got one in at the moment. We're just waiting on the other. I'm just waiting on Bunting and Mr. Botsaroo. But first of all, before we do get those guys in, give us a little bit of a summary of the race that you thought that was tonight, Edge.
Yeah, look, absolutely clean, and I think it's fair to say dominated by four drivers there. And we did have some surprising comebacks as well, with Whiff actually copying myself and going 14th to 4th. So we've had that in 2 races now, back to back, where someone's gone from 14th to 4th. So I'm always tempted to say that Bunting didn't get driver of the day and give it to Whiff, because that's an absolutely deserved performance. But yeah, it is Bunting who does get driver of the day. Summary though, safe but chaotic is probably the best way to put it. Barely got a safety car until the very end there, but there was chaos up and down the grid and absolutely stonking laps from everyone, I reckon, and a very good performance for Div 3.
I'm gonna try and get some of these guys in, because we're not gonna be able to get Bunting in because he's got no headphones. So if Whiff and we'll see if we can get these two going. Just waiting for these guys to join the comms. Boxaroo, mate, hurry up, mate. Get in the comms box. We're waiting on you. Silent at the moment. Right, shitbox is in. Okay.
Do we want to try to
over
get
you, Edge.
Terrence in for Bunting or no?
We can do, if you can try.
Yeah, we'll get Bunting in. Or we'll get Terrence in.
Right, we'll take it off with P3. Over to you, Edge.
Absolutely, Boltsy there, mate.
Yes.
Yeah, walk us through that race from lap 1. Obviously, starting high up and finished high up. Walk us through the sort of your thinking from lap 1 to lap 29.
To be honest, not much. I just wanted to stay with the top pack in Plugger and Bunting, because in qualifying they're quite rapid, so I basically just wanted to stay with them. But pit stop stages just lost too much time, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think you pit too late maybe with that one and should have gone for a bit more of an undercut? Or were you kind of confident that the overcut would be good enough?
No, I'm not, like, when I pitted, I came out, like, right behind Plugger, but my tyres were too cold. And then I lost positions to, I think, Ricciardo and Bunting. And when Bunting got in front of me, I just knew that it just got to drag Plugger along and they were going to pull away. And that's what they did, basically.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I think that's what we were kind of watching out for, was you were definitely sticking behind them, but we didn't necessarily see I'm not going to say that there wasn't any pace, but we definitely saw that you were sort of watching it all happen, and it was very good to be able to have a driver in P3 that we could just sit back and watch with that battle for P1, which was ridiculous. There was a moment, I think we saw you make a double move, and you've actually made some pretty good moves, so I would suggest watching that back, because we caught both of those on stream. One more question for you.
Yeah,
What
go ahead.
happened in the final corner of the race? Because what we may think is that you've actually given that position back. Was that true, or was that sort of he got a run on you?
Well, yeah, like obviously last lap I wanted to do something to get more points, so I went down the inside of Bunting, and I thought I gave him enough space on the outside, but I hit his back wheel, so I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna get penalised for it from J-Man. So yeah, I just gave position back basically.
That's fair, and you gave it away with the least amount of time lost. So that's very sportsmanlike with you, and we do appreciate seeing that within the team. So that's good on you for that.
Yeah.
No worries. I'll pass you over to SJ, who may have a little bit of questions, especially around silly season.
Yeah.
Oh, Boltaroo, mate. What a end to show the audience and all of us tonight that tuned in before we go into the season break. How did you find that race? Because you made some fantastic moves, and there was one that you took the double position from P3 to P2 to go to P1, but didn't hold on for long. Tell us, what is it like to follow Bunting and Plugger down the main straights?
Oh, to be honest, terrified. Because I know that Plug is very quick, and I want to fight him, but yeah, knowing this is my like worst track around Miami, I wasn't very confident. So I was like, oh, I know Plug is probably gonna beat me and be quicker than me throughout the race, basically.
Well, absolute fantastic way to go, and obviously the TP, and we have actually brought him in to have a chat with as well, because due to a few of the drivers not being available, with you coming down from P14, obviously probably should have deserved the driver of the day, but it obviously didn't get it due to the voting going out. You've got to be happy with Boltaroo's performance, and especially yours. And what a way to go into the season break with a P3 and P4 for Kick Sauber.
Yep, sorry about that. Yeah, really proud of Bolts. He did really well to stick with that top group for pretty much the whole race, apart from the pit stops, really. But yeah, working as a team, doing pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, well, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic job. And you should be very, very happy. Bolts, going into the week's break now. You've put yourself definitely up there to battle these guys, especially the championship leader. Think you can take it to him to the end of the season?
I hope so, but knowing the point gap to me to Plug up, gotta be very tough. I'm hoping that he sits out multiple races, to be honest.
Anything can happen, mate. Anything can happen in F1. We've seen that. We've seen everything. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this battle. I think this is going to be one to watch. And I'll pass you over to Edge to talk to Whiff.
Yeah, absolutely. Whiff, obviously we spoke to you in Q2, and I do just want to give you one thing. Can you please stop copying me? We're going from 14th to 4th in Miami. That's ridiculous. Absolutely amazing performance there. Pardon?
I'm going to pull a Matty and kick up a fuss, mate.
Ah, not again. No. No, but honestly,
You're good.
I did mention with that I would probably actually take it away from Bunting and give it to yourself, but unfortunately Bunting did have an absolutely amazing performance as well, coming in as a reserve in Div 3 and actually coming second, almost taking the win away from the championship leader. So that is a very good performance from him. But obviously you've got Bolts in Div 3. So I'm assuming that you're happy with your Div 3 performance coming third and fourth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really proud. Really proud. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Just really proud.
Like a proud older brother.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say dad, but you're too young to be a dad. Anyway, going into silly season, obviously, I don't want to ask you too much about it. We did ask you in Q2, but let's be honest here. Are we seeing any moves?
No crumbs, mate. No crumbs.
Alright. I'm done talking to you.
Boo.
Have to wait and see.
Boo.
I'm done talking to you. It's fine. We
Have
got
to wait and
Terrence here. Terrence will give us something. No worries. Well, what was that, sorry?
For sure, I will give you some information. No.
Alright, moving over to the Alpine
Oh,
very swiftly. Terrence, what's going on silly season?
Oh my god. I really have to talk about. I think actually I'm building. I'm monitoring some drivers, so I have their database. Yeah, I'm trying not to get the drivers from other teams because it's very complicated, and once I want to get them, obviously they're very good on their division, and I don't think our other team principal would let me get them. So currently I'm just focused on headhunting on research program, and I try to get some more points in lower division because obviously in division 4 to 6 I don't think Alpine get many points, and that is our weaknesses. And also actually is division 3 also because only me and I'm not fast. And actually while I'm taking driver, I'm taking team principal and race engineers and trainers roles, those roles taking me a lot of time. And I'm thinking if anyone is very good on Division 3 that can replace me, I would just step down as a driver, but still maintain the role as a team principal and race engineers because it's very struggling to being race engineers for 6 divisions and 11, not 11, 10, currently now 10 different drivers. Yeah, it's a difficult task, but I mean, mainly now, my team is going to see what reserve driver is having the capable to race in the midfield, and of course, I want them onto the top. So yeah, let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, look, I appreciate your candor there, and as someone who was a TP and actually had to drop the role due to the commitment, I do feel where you're coming from there. But yeah, look, I think you might have someone good in Bunting there, and I'm pretty sure he is still a reserve, so he might be a good signing for you in Div 3 and sort that out for you.
Yeah, I asked, but he's just chilling and don't want to be someone's full time. So I
Okay.
understand that because some people just see racing as fun, but not really want to take the pressure on and take the responsibility on. So I understand that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
if later on he would be someone else full time, I could also understand that because Alpine now, I would say, is not a very good atmosphere team. I hope it would change after maybe I step down as a driver and to fully do what a team principal would do, and also maybe some new drivers get into the team and uh, having new atmosphere to do something interesting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, I honestly hearing that it is a big commitment being a TP. We'll just take it back to the race for a second. Obviously, getting P2, you've got to be happy with that haul of points at the moment.
Yeah, pretty happy. I don't expect that actually.
A pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, very surprising. He did a very good job, and I represent the team and thanks him for I mean twice or 3 times. I don't know, but yeah, absolutely present.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll pass you over to SJ for any other questions, and thank you for going a bit deeper than what we were expecting in these interviews.
Okay.
All right, Terence. Thanks for that info. It's I think unfortunately Alpine's had a bad name because of one specific person, and which is such a shame. Doesn't mean that it's always going to be a bad team. Moving forward, and you're doing a great job. You're doing your best. You're picking in drivers, and like tonight, you've picked a driver to reserve for you tonight, Bunting, who is looking like someone that you definitely have to pick up as soon as possible because he took it to Plugger tonight. He's given Alpine points, which has been a hard thing to come by across the board, I would say, this season. And obviously, you've got big plans in silly season. So, how did you find his performance was tonight, though? Did you feel that he could have taken the win, or do you think he just left it a little bit too late on that last lap?
Actually, I can't see because I'm driving. I'm not Alonso, but uh, yeah, I have to watch back the replay, obviously. But what's my expectation before the race and the qualifying is just get into top 10. I'm not harsh principle. Um, I want some points only, and I don't want you spend nearly 2 hours for a race and get nothing back. That's what I hate for. So yeah, he's exceeded a lot with my expectation. So have to thank you him a lot of times. Because he's not accepting the offer of mine, and I hope we can have a later cooperation on, or maybe Division 3 is still not uh, occupied because just me at the moment. So um, maybe I can find him once and many more.
Oh yeah, and he could be looking at his options as well. You know, silly season is an opportunity for a lot of drivers to look at their options if they want to stay within their team. So, but no, congratulations on your reserve driver of getting that win. Big points for Alpine, and also looks like some big moves are going to happen in Alpine, which is going to be very interesting to see. Reminder: if you do need any rumours and moves that are happening, to send them to customer relations. It's in the silly season rules, which will be going out today. I think they've gone out already to the TPs, but they'll go out to the server today because it's open very shortly. In about half an hour, it will be open. But no, congratulations, and we wish you all the best. Have a great break. Enjoy the break week. Enjoy the Japanese Grand Prix as well this weekend. And we will see you on the 17th, I think, of April at Baku.
What a track!
Yes, yeah, carnage galore there, unfortunately.
I don't want to be Leclerc, but yeah. I'm trying to enjoy Baku. I mean, Baku obviously maybe another chaotic one, but yeah, it's see what happens after the silly season, because I would also expect some top talent move across the teams. I hope my top tier drivers won't tell me, I'm going to leave you, mate. I hope not, but yeah, but I think my Division 1 and 2 did very well among the season. They grab a lot of points. I think about 80% of points are from them. So big applause to them.
Definitely. Just do what you can and keep it up. And if you've got any questions, reach out to the TP manager and go from there. Enjoy silly season. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fake rumours, a lot of true rumours, and then obviously there's done deals as well. And we'll have a stream announcing all those done deals as well and all graphics as well. So it'll be exciting. But until then, have a good week, and we'll see you in Baku.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll go over to P1. I'll take this one first because we're fellow teammate Plugger, what a way to end the break week. Very, very interesting race. Didn't have it as easy as you probably have in other races. Looked like you had a bit of a match out there tonight in bunting.
G'day, gentlemen. Yeah, bit of pace from the reserve. I suggest someone changes these roles from 4-3 to 3-2 pretty quickly. Thanks. But nah, that was good fun.
Oh,
Um,
God. I knew that was coming. Oh, you bloody
Nah,
Merc
he-
drivers. You can
hey,
play.
What do you mean,
Just,
you Merc drivers?
just looking after
Get 'em up.
just
Feral.
looking after the divisions. Nah, he was really good. That was a really good race. That was good fun. I like Miami actually. So yeah, that was good.
You like it because you win it.
Yeah, it helps.
You wouldn't like it if you DNF'd.
It helps.
Honestly, this season has been fantastic. Obviously, Division 3, another new division we put together with the likes of 2 and 4 and, a mixture of a little bit and pieces, which is really good. But the qualifying, this division, I look at this division every week and I'm thinking it is just spot on. You look at the times, 8 temps between P15 to P1 in quali, and then P10, it was 3 temps between P10 and P1. It's just insanely quick. And the one thing I've noticed in definitely this season compared to other seasons, this full quality in this toe is a big, big part of why people are getting P1. Now, obviously, we saw tonight you and Angus did the toe, and it went so well earlier on. You did invalidate, I think, your second
yeah, I
stint
did.
in Q2 went way too quick over the curb in the swim pool section. How do you find it working with a teammate to get the toe to go into the next part of qualifying?
Yeah, it can add an element of risk, but it pays off when you get it right. And yeah, correct. Coming through the middle sector there, I actually ran wide going out to the right to hook in to go left around the corner. And yeah, it ruined that. But yeah, point is that I guess by doing what we did, we had extra laps up our sleeve. So we had, preference was to do a fast lap whilst the others doing an out lap for a toe. But we knew that if something went wrong, that we had plenty of time to recover and get through again. And Angus was fantastic. I think he might have even sacrificed one of his laps to help me there when I invalidated, because he did a really good first lap. So he gave me the toe again on that third lap, but second lap for me. So helpful. And you're right. I mean, the kicks have been phenomenal with their toes all season. And Bolts was left out there on his own tonight, and yeah, he didn't quite have the pace compared to the people that did have the toe. So it makes a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely having that second car in Q3 definitely makes a big difference. Well, then we'll go over to the race. And how was the race for you? Because it looked like a bit of a battle out there in the front. We did see earlier on there was about a 5-way train, and they then started to diminish when things started to go a little bit wrong. People's braking points or taking corners, and then obviously the pit lane strategies, and then the biggest one, as we love to see drama, the early safety car, which was incredible to see.
Yeah, there was a few little incidents earlier. I swear, two people were stopped on track for about 10 seconds at one point, just coming out of swimming pool. I thought that'll be a safety car real early, but never came. The medium stint for me was terrible. Hate them, shit tire, especially around here. And then the hards, so I liked the hards. Talking about it pre-race, hards are the tire to get onto. So when the hards came out, the undercut worked for me. Got past the Aston, and then what do I remember? Oh, we got up to Hennessy and Marzi. I think they were on older tyres. They held me up a little bit, but and let Bunting through. But I don't know whether that was intentional or not. But the point more so is I think they then held up the next lot of drivers, and that really meant that Bunting and I broke DRS from those. And from there, it was just we worked together. He drove fantastic. We didn't really argue or fight too much. We just swapped and pulled a 5.5 second gap, I think it was. And then yeah, safety car, lap 24, just to throw some chaos. So I went to softs because I thought we're either going to have 2 or 3 laps racing, and that's, the softs are pretty bad around here, just like the mediums. But that amount of laps, then they're going to be fine, and had the extra pace. And yeah, last lap dash, I just sort of stayed behind, kept my battery up. I was watching Bolts just to make sure that he wasn't going to be able to take me whilst I was saving. And then the last lap, I think Bunting might have started on about 60, 50, whereas I had 95. So I knew I had the advantage. And yeah, GG's.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had it on the main straight, unfortunately. He was burning everything he could, and it just looked like you had that little bit of a gap. May have got probably a bit of exit, and then he actually came under pressure from Bolts, which was, well, photo finish, if you're probably going to call it. It could have been close to a photo finish, but an amazing race, to be honest with you, from obviously what we've seen in past weeks, with obviously the amount of drivers that did go into this race with pens. Are you pretty happy going into the silly season break on your performances this season, Mercedes?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I don't think I can do too much better. I think it was only one race I didn't get into the top 5, which I think was a P6 or something. So I'm stoked. Just looking to carry that through now. So come out the other side and continue on the winning form. But as we've talked about a few times, that there's so many drivers in this division that can win a race. And I think over the next 10 races, or however many still have, we'll see a lot more people win than what have won. So that'll be good. Good to see.
Yep. Well, it's been a fantastic start to the season. I wish you a great break. Enjoy the Japanese Grand Prix this weekend. Take the time off, and we'll see you on the 17th of April for Baku. And I'll hand you over to your teammate, Edge. My star.
Thanks, champ.
Up the plugger, mate. Congrats on P1. How you feeling after that?
Cheers, mate. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm a bit sweaty. I've got to go and have a shower.
Oh, mate.
Giving the armpits a sniff, boys, and not great there. So we'll keep them down. But yeah, we worked for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like it if you're sweaty. So I'll keep it short for you, mate. Going into silly season, obviously championship leader. You gained some points on your championship rivals, mate. Are you looking forward to the next half of the season?
Yeah, absolutely. I think champions just getting started for Division 3, and yeah, that qualifying was extremely tight from what I could see, and there were some drivers that got knocked out that shouldn't have, in a way, like not that they didn't deserve it in terms of the quali, but I mean that we know that they're really good drivers, and so I guess the point is that anyone can make it through in this division. Like you can see we had what was a phenomenal quali from Sebi, I think it was. That was amazing. And then the Aston reserving up as well. Like, just shows the depth that this division has, which is scary and exciting at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. And mate, I do have a couple of questions for you. Obviously, being a championship leader, does that mean that you think you might be on the move for silly season at all?
Yeah, I don't really like the TP at Mercedes. It's got a terrible family. Terrible bloodline there, so you never know, mate. And after hearing Terrence's sob story, God, that was upsetting. I was sitting here going, "Jeez, I feel bad for this fella." So you never know. Maybe I'll reach out to Terrence and move over to the Alpine. Pop them there.
Yeah, look, knowing your TP, that has to be one hell of a trade.
It wouldn't take much. He'd probably take a bag of chips and a zinger box.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that in silly season then, I guess. But mate, as I mentioned, I will keep it if someone wants to trade, facts. Alright, Pep. Looks like Plugger's available in silly season. Interesting.
Yeah, you never know. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see. Sorry, Terrence. No, that was a joke. He's messaged me now. I feel worse. Oh no, I've got his hopes up.
We've seen some big trades. This is some big trades.
We have in last season. There was
you never know.
Don't remind me, guys. I don't need to be reminded every silly season that I traded Kalki to Alpi.
Yeah.
Yes, we know.
Alright. But I will keep it short for you, Plugger. So thanks for jumping in. Congrats on the P1, mate. You definitely you pushed to the limit, and obviously switching over to those softs. But man, you had to give us a bit of a race there. So yeah, congrats on P1.
Thanks, guys. Cheers. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. No worries. Shall we jump into it, SJ?
Yes, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the last race of the week. Thank you ever so much. This season is 10 races done and dusted. Now, this is the big part. Every single season, we come in with a story called Silly Season. Now, this is basically free reign for every single driver to jump ship if they would like to. And there is no rules in contacting any driver across the whole league for the first time this season. We've brought in Silly Season rules this season. There it is. It commences in literally 15 minutes. It is a great... I love it every season. We've never had rules on it until this season. But as you can see there, Merc, Alpine, Ferrari, Visa Cash App, Haas, Stake, Red Bull, Aston Martin, William and McLaren, all free to leave if they choose. It does change things up because it changes. You change into a different team dynamic. You go to a different TP, changes the standings, the constructors. A lot can happen, as we saw last season. A big move from Kalki leaving Kick and going to Alpine. Yes, that went and actually won the title in the end in Division 2. So, yeah, something to look forward to. A big shout out as well before I pass over to Idge for a little bit of a talk about Silly Season. Thank you very much to Tudor for the track selection. Also to Faded Menace for the follow, track selection from Minmay, Revoked, track selection from Shifty Wizard, and also Drive to Survive. Check them out. Meowie Gaming, thank you very much for the follow. Angelina Martinez as well. And also thank you very much to the support, the continuing support that we've had all this season. I really, really appreciate it, and continuing to follow all of us on socials. Also, a big thing, Twitch is changing on April the 19th. So all of our videos will be basically removed, and we will be going still to Twitch, but all of our videos will be on YouTube. So please get involved and subscribe and check it out. We've got over 1,700 followers on Twitch, which is a massive following. Let's push all those followers over to YouTube and big that up as well, because that is where all of our streams will be live, will be highlighted, that you can get to watch the races that you've just raced. Unfortunately, they will not be available on Twitch after 7 days, which is shit, to say the least. But yeah, that's enough from me on Silly Season, and I'll pass you over to Idge.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen some big moves in Silly Season. We've seen some quiet Silly Seasons as well, but I have a feeling that this season is going to be the biggest yet. Make sure to stay on board with our Twitter, Twitch, and even our Instagram and our TikTok. There will be announcements on moves there, and feel free to join the Discord as well. You'll be able to keep up to date with the Silly Season channel on possible rumors, guaranteed moves, and anything else that comes up throughout the Silly Season. It is going to be a chaotic week, and SJ, I am all here for it. Big shout out to, I was about to say, shout out to D2S from myself and the Shifty Squad down there in D2S. I know you shouted them out, but I'm going to give them another shout out because it's absolutely amazing, and they do support us here at Rush. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'm almost going to say, let the mayhem connect.